This is a presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the Oklahoma Sports Network's consent is prohibited. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be used without express written consent.
And good evening, everyone. We're coming to you live from Lawton High's Gymnasium in Lawton, Oklahoma, where tonight we have a District 2 showdown between the Lawton High Wolverines and the Carl Albert Titans. This is a big game on a Tuesday night to bring to you on the Oklahoma Sports Network. My name is Jordan Ray. Happy to be with you. Also joined by another OSN announcer in the Middale area, Gordy Jones.
Hello.
All right, Gordy, I'm glad you made the trip with me. You made the trip a little shorter of a trip as we made the drive from Midwest City around 3 o'clock to get down here because This was a game we just had to go and cover.
Had to.
And we're going to start, of course, with the girls' game first. And we were at Carl Albert High School last Friday when the Carl Albert girls lost their first district game, putting them, as you're going to see right here, solely in second place when they fell to Midwest City, lost by 4 points. So, Gordy, playing a team like Lawton High, what's some important things for Carl Albert? And we'll talk about this throughout the broadcast, of course, but what do the Lady Titans kind of need to get back to when it comes to getting in a rhythm again?
Well, the first thing I think of, Jordan, is what we witnessed Friday night was just not really able to land some of those shots that they normally land close to the basket. You know, they were able to get it to the, get in the lane with no trouble, able to get to the boards, get some really quality rebounds. But a lot of those easier looks that they had at the basket, they just weren't able to land. We see a lot of scoring, down low. Of course, we see a lot of scoring from Audrey Plunkett and, of course, Jakari Brown. But like I said before, a lot of the, drives that they had to the basket, Midwest City, they played such good defense, especially such good on-ball defense. They kind of got Carl Albert a little bit off balance when it came to, crashing the boards and being able to land some of those easier shots at the board.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, as for Lawton High, they are 1-6 district play. Interesting thing is the Lawton boys and girls are behind when it comes to district games. They only have 7 under their belts, so they're going to need to catch up on that. And, they're a young team, talking about Lawton High, and so I think what matters here is you want to get the best seeding you can to give yourself the best shot at winning a playoff game and give you some confidence going forward, and that's an opportunity they have tonight.
Right, Jordan. Like you say, kind of a rough start, especially in district play, but we've seen Lawton before, and they have a really good basketball team. They competed really well against Carl Albert Titans the first ball game at Carl Albert. So like you said, Jordan, just really kind of got to get back to it, what the basics are to try to see, if they can kind of make some way or some room to go into the playoffs with a little bit of background.
All right, of course, Gordy was at the first Lawton High Carl Albert matchup back on December 16th. Anyway, we'll talk more about this matchup. We'll show you the matchup. We'll have starting lineups as well. You are watching both Middale and Lawton basketball on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success, and finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed, because your success is our success.
Last year, 35% of all auto accident deaths were rolling.
You need our number in your phone. This could be you.
Your home isn't just where you live, it's where you thrive. Elevate it with a roof that reflects your standards. At Cantrell Roofing, we deliver efficiency and high-quality installations. Our A-plus BBB certified team performs the highest level of craftsmanship, and our in-house insurance adjuster handles claims fast and stress-free. Backed by 30 years of experience, our 5-star Google rating reflects the trust we've earned. The better your roof is built, the better it holds up in the Oklahoma weather. Remember, got hail? Call Cantrell.
At Tommy's Express Car Wash, we know how to love your ride. Try the Works Wash with our signature 14-step cleaning process, engineered to shine and shield your car from the elements. From breaking down dirt and bugs with our Detox Pre-Wash to restoring your vehicle's finish with our ceramic body wax. Give your car the best with our Top Wash. Then complete the clean with free vacuums and mat washers. Download our app and get your first 30 days of the Works.
Smith. So, what challenge did this opponent in Carl Albert, what do they present for you?
Well, they're a veteran team. They've been in all the tough battles. We're a young team, so we're going to look to compete, and we come out of here and let the chips fall where they may.
Hey, that's going to be a good game, sir. Wish you the best of luck, Coach.
Appreciate it.
Thanks so much.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
Last year, 35% of all auto accident deaths were rollovers.
If you've been in a wreck, don't hesitate to call us. This is why you need our number in your phone. This could be you. When you call our firm, you're going to get one of us, not some paralegal or office manager.
Most lawyers, they take more money than their clients. Most of the time, a lot more.
We don't, and we guarantee it.
And welcome back to Middale Basketball on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Let's go ahead and bring you the starting lineups. Starting lineups are brought to you. We're going to have Middale sponsors, if you couldn't already tell, for tonight's game. And our starting lineup sponsors, Precision Nutrition. For all your nutrition needs in one shake or tea, come to Precision Nutrition at 4603 Southeast 29th Street, suite number 105 in Del City. You can order over the phone. Call 405-672-0999. For the visiting team, the Carlborough roster is their usual starting lineup. Hayden Harrell, a 5'1 junior, number 3. Number 10, Malia Hatchett, a 5'8 junior. Number 15, Jakari Brown, a 5'6 senior, closing on the 1,000-point mark. Audrey Plunkett, number 22, a 6-foot senior. And the freshman sensation, yes, we'll call her sensation, number 24, Zoe Johnson, a 5'4 freshman. For the home team, the Lawton High Wolverines, they're starting number 0, Kimya Davis, a 5'8 sophomore. Number 1, Lily Roth, a 5'5 freshman. Kamei Willis, and we have her classification out of the screen there, but she is a 5'10 senior. Rain Elizee, a freshman who's 5'10, and Maya Walker, a 5'11 junior, round out the starting lineup.
And head coach, Reggie.
Lawton High, coached by Reggie Smith. Carl Albert, coach, of course, coached by the great Kyle Ritchie here. And we're about to have the tip-off for you. And the tip-off is brought to you by Del City Chamber of Commerce. The Del City Chamber of Commerce, the trusted resource for advocacy, education, engagement to help your business. We thank the Del City Chamber of Commerce for sponsoring Middale basketball this year. And Scrambled is our quarter sponsor. More on them throughout the broadcast, but here we go. It is the Titans. Audrey Plunkett, who hasn't always jumped center for them, will jump in this game against Walker for Lawton High. That, of course, being Mila Walker. And now we have a bit of a delay. I'm okay with that, a little bit of a delay. That gives me a chance to make sure that I'm ready to present to you the scores. Lawton High in the white uniforms, of course, the home team. Carl Albert in their visiting red uniform. Tip-off. Plunkett taps it right to Jakari Brown. Brown looks to finish. She shot with her right hand and had the shot blocked and recovered for Lawton High. Good defensive play by Kimya Davis. Here is Roth with the basketball. Pass it to the corner and on a cut. And now in the hands, it's Ellisy with it. Handoff back to Roth. Carl Albert, a man-to-man defense. Roth lost it and is called for a travel. Gordy Jones back up here with me now. Gordy, that was good.
Quick interview.
Man-to-man defense there, and a good quick interview, yes, with Coach Smith.
We'll catch Coach Ritchie at the half for those who
Sure.
want to hear from him.
And we'll definitely talk to the winning coach and player of the game.
Right, definitely.
Afterwards. This is Plunkett. Oh, nice pass to the cutting Johnson underneath who scores. First points go to Carl Albert.
Not surprising. First score goes to the great Jakari Brown, of course.
Jakari Brown who scored underneath. My bad. Back come the Lady Wolverines. Again, it's Davis with it. Davis gets to the paint. Pull-up shot. No, doesn't even hit the rim. Harrell with a clean rebound for Carl Albert, and she will push. Finds Plunkett right wing. This is Hatchett. Baseline drive. Pull-up shot. Swoosh.
Nice.
We're going to see that in our Triple H screen printing replay, but Malia Hatchett showing some good form there.
All right, always. Malia Hatchett, one of the veterans on this Carl Albert basketball team. Of course, like I said, so many stars on this team. Doesn't get a lot of scoring opportunities, but able to knock down their first one.
Davis being guarded by Johnson. Better shot there. No good, though. Plunkett the rebound.
Good, tough rebound by Plunkett. She's got a battle on her hands tonight with Mila Walker.
Yeah, Walker's got good size on her.
For sure.
Walker played good defense. Plunkett found the cutting Hatchet underneath, and Hatchet's fouled on the floor. And this should be the first foul of the game. It was interesting, Gordy. I don't know if you saw the tip, but it was an offensive tip, so Plunkett was tipped it to Brown.
Mm-mm.
Speaking of Brown, her corner jumper, elbow jumper, I should say, no good. And Lawton High the rebound. We're seeing a lot of Kimya Davis handle the ball for the Wolverines.
Definitely.
And she had a path cleared by Roth. Pull-up shot by Davis, no good, but Roth tried to get the rebound, and then I think she may have been fouled. That will even the team fouls early if this is on Carl Albert, and it appears to be, as the foul is on Brown.
Wolverines known to be a little scrappy, of course, on the defensive end. Coach Smith definitely put a good imprint on this defense, of course. Like I said, just like last time, able to play really good on-ball defense. Like I said, just really always have a tough time getting some of these closer shots to land.
Elsie with a miss. That was a good shot. Just couldn't get to fall. Back come the Titans. Hatchett thinks about it and then airballs the three. Kind of hesitated a bit. Walker rebounds for Lawton High. 4-0 in the early going. Roth, nice crossover. And then she
jump up.
Got a jump ball. Possession goes to Lawton High. And Lawton High will make an early sub. In for them is number 2. Glad we got the number in.
Right.
Kate Wissens, I believe, as she was not on the original roster. And then a 5 count is forced by the Titans, and they will get the ball right back. I think it's Katie Wiggins. I think I said it's Wiggins. We have our number. We don't have it in print. We have it written down for us. That's our excuse. So Lawton High still looking for their first points. Johnson to Brown. Brown, nice hesitation. Her pull-up, or her runner in the paint is no good, and it's rebounded by Lawton High.
Carl Albert's still doing a really good job moving the ball around. Like I said, just a couple missed shots right now, but same thing, Lawton. Like I said, really good ball movement with both offenses. Just like I said, unable to land some of these shots, and good steal by Harrell there.
Good anticipation, and Harrell will bring it up, finds Plunkett, her favorite target. Plunkett fires a 3 and makes it. That's a Bobby Lewis 3. Bobby Lewis, surprisingly great rates with 2 locations to serve you in Choctaw and Del City.
Great knockdown shot by Jakari Brown. Just pretty.
Sorry, that was Plunkett, I think.
Was it?
Did we call it?
Oh, I'm sorry, Jordan.
We're getting out of sorts a little bit, but
Jeez.
We had a long drive.
Let me get it together.
Yeah, I made a mistake earlier, too, on a made basket, so we got a jump ball here, though, and the possession should go to Carl Albert, and it does.
Thus far, some good energy we're seeing. Good ball movement, of course, like I said before.
Yeah, I think Lawton High's got some strong ball handlers. They just don't have – at this point, it doesn't appear like they have shooting that they need, but we'll see if that changes. Here is Jakari Brown. She would like to get a shot or two at the rim to get her going. Zoe Johnson. Bounce pass to Hatchett. Hatchett loves that corner spot, whether it's on the right or left corner. Now Johnson will fire an open three. Rimmed out. Rebound, Carl Albert. Hatchett gets an offensive rebound. She will do the dirty work, and she gets an assist as she finds Jakari Brown, and we have a timeout, a 30-second timeout taken by Lawton High and their head coach, Reggie Smith. So we'll keep it here.
Nice tough rebound, though, by Hatchett on that last possession.
Absolutely, and this is a scrambled first quarter. We start this game the way you should start your day. For breakfast or brunch, try their chicken and pancakes and deep-fried French toast. The address is 1742 Northeast 23rd Street, Suite A in Oklahoma City, 405-900-5972. Gordy, you got to try this place.
I know. I haven't been there. I have not been there, Jordan.
I think it opened only a year and a half ago,
right.
So still getting established. But I've been there a couple times, and I loved it.
They get pretty good business, too. Shots out to Scrambled.
Yep.
Making me hungry again, Jordan.
Now, one of the interesting things for Carl Albert, and, because of the weather we had last week, a lot of teams had their Tuesday games from last week canceled, or not canceled, but postponed.
Mm-hmm.
Those were district games. As we see Lawton High inbounded, they have an inadvertent buzzer sound. They're going to keep play going, though. And as we see Wiggins get the ball across the timeline, I'm surprised she wasn't trapped hard there, but now she's trapped. And we see a three fired by Lawton High, no good. Nice rebound there by Elsie, and that's no good. Back come Carl Albert.
Again, just good looks by the Wolverines, just unable to get some of these shots to land. Again.
Walker back in for Lawton High's Plunkett's guarding her. Plunkett, meanwhile, gets to the basket, gets fouled, and we're going to see some Toonie Buys Houses free throws for the first time this game. Toonie Buys Houses, our free throw sponsor. We buy homes in any condition. If you or someone you know needs to sell a home for any reason, please call us today for a cash offer, 405-931-3046.
Looks like that foul was on Wiggins, number 2, for her first foul of the evening.
Plunkett misses the first. What I was going to say is these teams are going to have to make up some games. And for Carl Albert, it's a game you don't want to make up, as Plunkett misses both free throws. Going to Guyman, and it will be Thursday. And then they go to Guthrie on Friday. That's a tough series of games there, tough traveling schedule. So we have a whistle and a loose ball foul, I think, called, but not sure on who. It's on Lawton High. So that's 3 fouls early on them. Carl Albert with 1. So just to keep track, Carl Albert's traveling to Lawton today and Tuesday. Nothing tomorrow. Thursday they go to Guyman. They're probably going to get very little sleep that night. And then Friday they go to Guthrie.
Right.
So I think it's important that you want to make this game as easy as you can.
Right. Travel can be daunting on anybody, especially, kids who are that age. Rest is very important, especially going to an important game like from Thursday and Friday nights are really important games as far as district play is concerned.
Brown misses the shot. She's missed the last 4 points for Carl Albert. She had 2 free throws she couldn't hit in that. I think it's important for Jakari Brown to start finishing here because her shot was not going against Midwest City.
Right, Jordan. Like you say, coming off of Friday night, you really want to kind of catch that rhythm, especially pick up where we left off. Like I said, just not a lot of buckets that were made in the paint like normal for Carl Albert, but today, like you say, this will be the perfect time. Good shot there.
Nice shot by Elsie for Lawton High, and they are on the board as it's now 9-2 Titans with the lead.
But like I was saying before, this will be a great job, a great shot for the Carl Albert Titans to kind of get some of those scoring opportunities back and kind of get back to fluid the way they were before.
Already at 1-3. Not good on that one. Brown the rebound. Tried to find Harrell. Pass was deflected out of bounds. And it will stay with the Titans. So a couple offensive rebounds. They've inbounded to Plunkett. She has a left wing. And now Harrell. And Brown back on it with it back at the left wing. Johnson, the attack, finishes nicely with the left hand. Just couldn't get the shot to go, but that was an impressive move by the freshman.
Very impressive by Zoe Johnson. Like I said, nice setup on offense, good motion rolls. Like I said, these guys are taking advantage of their opportunities, not trying to rush anything, making sure to move the ball fluidly, just unable to get some of these ones to land.
And then, Lawton High throws it right to Jakari Brown, who finishes. We're going to see that again on the Triple H screen printing replay. Triple H screen printing, find world-class design, hot new styles. Lawton High had the ball, but these teams have similar colors. And
Right.
maybe, I don't know if they could see, if she could have saw Jakari Brown there, but.
It's kind of creeping up on him. Jakari Brown with the quick hands, able to snatch that really quick. But Lawton, I said, doing a really good job on defense, but kind of helping Carl Albert out a lot with the little, some of the smaller ticky-tack fouls that you really don't want to build up, especially this early on. They're going to find themselves in the penalty pretty soon.
We got some subs to describe for both teams, as we will in the next few minutes. But for the Titans, I think they're bringing in both the twins, or as we talked about in the car ride here, Flash triplets.
We got to mention that.
Got to mention their brother, but it's identical twins who have a fraternal twin brother forming triplets.
Right.
What a blessing for Carl Albert, huh?
Right. I mean, it's good to have one good player, but when you got two that are of a similar caliber, you can't beat that. You can't beat that at all.
And their brother does play too.
And he plays too. He's a freshman ball player.
That's 3 for the price of 1, meaning 1 pregnancy.
Right. And, it's pretty good on the parents too, because then you can just pay to get in 1 entry per game, and then you don't have to chase everybody around town. So really good workout for the Crawfords.
And one of them gets the rebound there on the airballed 3. That shot was attempted by Elsie.
Annabelle and Brinley, they did a really good job against Midwest City. Ooh, good shot by Crawford.
Brinley hits the 3 there, Bobby Lewis 3. Introducing
herself to the game. Like I said, these girls, they both did a really good job on the boards, did a really good job, kind of battling. Midwest City had some really tough opponent, for Carl Albert. For these two freshmen, like I said, to go ahead and battle like they did that Friday night, it took a lot out of them, but they did a really good job in battling such a good team in Midwest City.
Ross sets up the offense for Lawton High. Crowbert going zone. Elsie with a shot. She makes another one.
She called that, Jordan.
She's hit both shots for Lawton High.
She has.
15-4 your score. Jakari Brown looking for a Crawford. She finds Brinley Crawford, who then finds her sister Annabelle. And then Plunkett gets the ball, goes up strong. No foul called or a late foul. Gordy, the ref who called that, I think he was waiting for the baseline ref to call it. It was the sideline ref that called it.
Definitely. It's a little hesitant on that one.
But I thought it was a good call, just a little bit of a late call.
Right. Like I said, Lawton finding themselves in grip position, just really picking up some of these fouls. Wouldn't say unnecessarily, but kind of just got to be a little bit less handsy on some of these.
Now this has to really annoy Audrey Plunkett. She's 0 for 3 from the free throw line.
So sometimes you can kind of get in your own head, so she just has to relax just a little bit.
0 for 4.
See, it seemed like both those free throws were just a little bit rushed.
And then we got Crawford with a foul. Annabelle Crawford with a foul. No, I still only saw the 4. They both have to have 4 on their jersey. Brinley with a foul.
We're going to have to talk to them about that. We're going to have to change that up.
They have to have they can't have any common digits on their jersey.
Not if you have the same last name.
Really what we need is one of them to change their hair.
See? Like a headband. Yes. Something like that.
Only one of them, though.
I'll make sure and talk to him.
Meanwhile, there's some, I think, a
little subs confusion.
Lawton High player has to come out or something. Or I think they were going to give Lawton High free throws, and that was not accurate. That's only 2 fouls on Carl Albert.
Right.
I didn't think Carl Albert had 5 yet. It didn't seem like it. And the scoreboard says that. We have a hard time seeing the scoreboard that, at least to our right. I need to start looking at the one on the left. But, yeah, only 2 fouls on Carl Albert. Now, Lawton High is 5, and that may have been where their confusion was. By the way, also on the Oklahoma Sports Network, one of the hottest teams in 5A, Newcastle, is also making the trip to Lawton, taking on Lawton MacArthur.
Oh, yeah.
Not too far from here. Eric Sherem on the call for that one. Here's a 3-point attempted and missed badly. Lawton High gets the rebound. Walker had it. And then we have a call for a travel.
Shauna Goodson looked like she tried to just look before she stepped. Of course, looking at the next passing move, but just a little bit travel there.
Yeah, Shauna Goodson, who checked in a moment ago, and now she will check out. Here's Zoe Johnson. Very good-looking freshman for Carl Albert. Actually, they got a few freshmen in right now that they like.
All right.
And then it's a miscommunication, but Johnson got the bounce pass. That was Aaron anyway. Finds her sister. And now this is Kinley Sutton with the ball. She'll also shoot threes. They're going inside Lawton High with a big trap there. And then right when the buzzer sounded, I think a foul was called before that. So we're going to see Brinley Crawford shoot.
Definitely she's able to get that shot off.
Yeah, it says time ran out. You don't see this all the time. This
No.
again, I'm getting them confused. It's Annabelle. You don't see this all the time, though. Free throws at the end of a clock when there's no players lining around.
Right,
so we'll
very
see
rare.
how this goes. As Carl Albert's not shot free throws well, but they make this one. That's mostly thanks to Audrey Plunkett, who we know eventually will start making them again.
No, definitely.
But this one is in. Toonie Bicehouse's free throws both go in. So Crawford hits both, and the quarter has come to an end. We've played one. Carl Albert has a 13-point lead against Lawton High. You're watching both Middale basketball and Lawton basketball on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Last year, 35% of all auto accident deaths were rolling.
This is why you need our number in your phone. This could be you.
Welcome back to Middale and Lawton basketball on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Jordan Ray, Gordy Jones, second quarter action about to be underway here between the Titans and the Wolverines.
Carl Albert trying to get back to normal as they were, previously as far as getting baskets to the bucket, making some of these easier shots and take advantage of these scoring opportunities. Unfortunately for the Wolverines, a lot of shots going up. Like I said, just unable to land some of these. But, good on-ball defense. Like I said, this game is still, reachable. A lot just has to do what they can to try to see if they can get some stops to try to see if they can close some of this gap up.
Gordy, what you're looking at now, well, it's about to say this could be a starting lineup next year for Carl Albert, except Zoe Johnson's not in. So I think she would start if assuming all these players are back, of course. But you got no seniors in. That's the important thing for Carl Albert when you start to think about what will they look like next year.
Definitely. A lot of depth with Carl Albert. Of course, you can see. And Coach
Carroll
Ritchie
with the
likes
three.
to,
Sutton, the offensive rebound, and I think that's been a strength for Carl Albert. Gordy, and you may have heard me as you were doing some really good sideline reporting Friday talk about that. Is always been a strength of the Carl Albert girls program since I started covering their games back in 2021. Just they always offensive rebound very well, even when they're a smaller team, which they're not tonight.
Right.
They're not big, smaller than Lawton High here, but even if they were, they'd be attacking the glass.
Exactly. Like you say, there is always a point of emphasis there. And, knowing Coach Kyle Ritchie, it definitely does not surprise me. And, of course, the rest of the coaching staff. Carl Albert is tough, and they're always usually pretty quick. So, of course, a lot of the times they really hit the boards hard, and they really always have a pretty good amount of athleticism.
Sutton hits both. 15-point lead for the Titans.
Again, another steal by
Wiggins
Harrell.
had it, and then it got turned over. This is Harrell. Harrell's been part of a lot of turnovers forced by Lawton High, but then she kind of turns over there because Hatchett wasn't ready. And then deflects her right back. I tell you, Hayden Harrell, don't dribble the ball around her for too much.
Yeah, just quick hands. Always great on-ball defense.
Knocked it away from Kamei Willis, but it remains with Lawton High. Goodson throws it in. Baseline jumper is good.
Nice little bucket by Willis.
Kamei Willis for the first points for anyone not named Elsie.
First shot of the game for her, but like I said, good stroke and another shot by Sutton.
And then again, opportunistic with the offensive rebound. And scoring there is Crawford.
Brindley Crawford just down there having her way. So it doesn't matter if she has 2 or 3 people on her. She's going to get that rebound.
Brindley Crawford, yeah, these Crawford sisters are strong.
Strong.
3-point shot off the side of the backboard. Rebound, Malia Hatchett. Ahead to Harrell. Harrell with some hesitation there. Hounded there by Davis. And then we have a whistle.
Quick
and a
feet.
Foul on Lawton High.
Right.
That's on Davis. So they already have 2 fouls this quarter.
Yeah, good on-ball defense. Good quick feed by Davis. Just like I said, just a little bit too aggressive. Got to kind of keep those hips out when you're approaching the offensive possession. Oh, that's already called the other way.
I think we have an illegal screen.
Right.
Carlbert was setting an elevator screen, and I don't think they got really set. They're trying to move in, and a little bit late there. Kenya Davis to throw it in for Lawton High. Wiggins throws his number 21, Walton, who's in the game. Nia Walton, or is it Nia? Nia Walton, a 5'5 freshman.
Trying to get that ball down low to Walker, but again, good on-ball defense, especially by Sutton, able to cut that off right in the lane. So Carl Albert doing a really good job, like I said, staying in this zone, making it really hard for Lawton to get off any shots, really.
Wiggins hand off Davis. Davis shot no good. Ball tapped around Lawton High now with an offensive rebound and a putback. Walker makes the play there. We'll get that on the screen printing replay, Triple H screen printing replay.
Nice tough move by Walker there, surrounded by red jerseys, able to come down with that rebound, get that ball up off the board for the 2.
And some Toonie Bieshouse's free throws. Like I said, Mila Walker's got good size.
Oh, no doubt. He's unable to land that one.
She's a junior, so Lawton High,
they're pretty young.
They don't play many seniors. Camille Willis is the only one, and Wiggins they have 2.
And not a whole lot of depth for Coach Smith, but definitely utilizes the whole bench, of course.
Well, if we had a jump ball sponsor, that jump ball sponsor would get a lot of airtime as another jump ball is called. Carl Albert will retain possession, and they'll bring in some of their big guns. Plunkett, Zoe Johnson, and Jakari Brown.
A lot of time left in this second quarter here, so Coach Ritchie putting back in the starters.
Yeah.
Got to get these guys hot again.
They set screen for Hatchett. Hatchett fires a 3 on the left wing, no good. Walker gets the rebound for Lawton High. Carl extends their defense and forces a travel. That's Harrell again. She's probably forced like 4 or 5 turnovers.
Exactly. One of my favorite players, of course, from this team to watch. So quick. Like I said, forcing the opponents, especially, like I said, as a defender, creating a lot of steals, a lot of turnovers. Of course, great ball handler, controls the offense very well.
Hands it off there to Plunkett. Nice cut.
Perfect.
And a score. That's Zoe Johnson, a freshman, making that play.
What a pretty screen and roll that was right there, Jordan.
Along with a senior as Plunkett with the assist. Sorry, I had the score off for you. We're going to correct it now. It's 23-8, Titans with the lead. Do we have another steal by Harrell? No, not quite. Davis recovers.
I said just quick hands, just being a pest on defense, which you got to be, and a great steal right there by Brown.
Jakari Brown now with a steal. Brown looking to go coast to coast. Has it knocked away. It'll be out of bounds off of Lawton High.
Good job there by Willis not to foul. It's kind of been rare for the Wolverines, but like I said, good job stopping the score at least. But Carl Albert really just playing within the flow of the game and within the flow of the offense. Not trying to rush anything or make anything difficult on themselves. There's a steal right there by Davis.
Just as you said that.
Yeah, right.
They went for a difficult pass, didn't work. By the way, Goodson in for Lawton High. And then we have almost another Lawton High turnover, but they're going to call a reach-in foul on the Titans, who now actually have more fouls than Lawton High this quarter, 3-2. 4:47 to go. I know it's hard to see our clock camera. It's the best we can do here in this gym.
Both these teams are showing a lot of aggression, which is good. You know, like I said, we're seeing a lot of good on-ball defense by both teams. Both teams hitting the board really well.
They pass out long, 3-point attempted, but an offensive rebound and an and one.
Nice little put back.
So more Triple H screen printing replays to show you. That's Nia Walton, a 5'5". She's listed as 5'5".
Really?
She's not 5'5".
So the one that did not lie about the height.
Or at least lied the other way.
Right.
As she converts. So it's 3 points there for Lawton High, their first 3-point trip. And they're down 12, so
just a little close.
Hanging around.
Right, hanging around. Instead, doing a good job, you know, of competing.
Harrell fires and rattles in a 3. How about that? Right when they
from downtown.
They're getting close, and Hayden Harrell hits Bobby Lewis 3, saying not too close.
Right, just when they thought it was getting a little bit closer. But good shot by Harrell, of course.
And then Harrell helps out Hatchett, who got the steal. Bounce pass to Brown, right wing. Plunkett near the top. Her 3 is a swish.
It's raining, Jordan.
Bobby Lewis 3, and Carl Albert is now opening up an 18-point lead, 29-11.
We knew when we seen the starters come back in, we knew there would be kind of a sense of urgency when it came to getting some scoring opportunities. Carl Albert coming out a little bit hot along the arc line.
Wiggins passed it out
There's
to
another steal by Harrell.
Lawton, and then a steal, Harrell again.
Just the right place at the right time all the time, Jordan.
Here's Johnson.
That was too easy.
Yeah, way too easy. Easy, no help defense there. And now all of a sudden, it was a 12-point game just a moment ago, and Lawton High now is within, Carl Albert's now pushed it up to 20.
That first step by Zoe Johnson is lethal. So if you're going to guard her, you're going to have to stay in front. Keep that number 24 right in front of you.
Walton has the top of the key checked by Brown. Goes out to Wiggins. They go inside Davis. Immediately Plunkett is there, knocks it away. We're going to have another jump ball. Yes, we will. Possession arrow will have the ball stay with the Wolverines.
Again, Carl Albert's on-ball help defense, kind of giving Lawton all they can handle. Anytime they try to get the ball down low or try to get the ball in the paint, Carl Albert calls another defender to help that defender. Instead, just causing a lot of trouble.
Roth and Goodson coming back in. Roth to throw it in to Goodson. Roth will shoot the right corner three, rims out, but there is Walker. Tough on the glass. And then we have another jump ball, yes. Inside as Carl Albert converged on the paint. Forced a jump ball on Lily Roth, a freshman.
Lily Roth got the good rebound. I said, just got to get that ball out a little bit quicker. Get that ball up. That way you don't get that tie up.
I feel like we've had about 7 or 8 jump balls.
Oh, yes.
Here's Harrell with it. Hand off Plunkett. Basically a bit of weaving for Carl Albert. It's going to lead to a 3 for Harrell. She has the space. And again, a nothing but net 3.
Malia Hatchett. I'm sorry. Hayden Harrell. I meant to say Hayden Harrell there.
Well, I think she is the leading candidate for player of the game.
No doubt, no doubt.
And you got to look at both sides. She helps force steal her. Johnson does get the steal. Johnson will finish with her left hand.
Nice
Zoe Johnson.
Nice. Great steal and great fast break opportunity for Carl Albert.
They're on a 13-0 run right now. It's Carl Albert.
The defensive intensity has stretched out.
That's how you want to end the quarter, although we still have 1:45 to go. Lawton High looking for their first made 3. They will not get it. Rebound by Jakari Brown, who got bumped. No call as she retains the ball. And now look to get set. Have a soft man defense right now for Lawton High. Johnson with it. This is Plunkett. Now it's Brown. Brown has the space, and she connects from three-point range. It's raining threes now for Carl Albert. I think they've made their last 5.
Carl Albert is on fire from the three-point line, stretching this lead out quite a bit in the last 3 minutes.
A 16-0 run for Carl Albert. So we near halftime. Rattle in, shot is good by Lily Roth, and that ends the run.
Good shot by Roth.
At least the scoreless streak.
Stop the bleeding just a little bit.
Brown again given the space, and again she makes a 3, and they're making it from all over here.
Just making it look too easy out here, Jordan. But Carl Albert looks very relaxed and very comfortable. Like I said, they're able to get to their spots, and that's what you really want. Able to really get some good looks, and like I said, they look relaxed.
Wiggins goes left. Hounded by Johnson. Nice pass to Roth, but there is Plunkett with a block and the recovery. Carl Albert could hope for the last shot, but instead they tried to force a pass to Hatchett that goes out of bounds. Ball will go back to Lawton High. And Lawton High will have a sub for this perhaps last possession as Monty Goodson will check in. They get the open 3 there, and
nice.
That is the first made 3. I believe that's Roth. And Lawton High gets, again, their first made 3.
Roth's first three-pointer of the night. See if she can help these Wolverines out just a little bit.
And then Carl Albert goes right back, and we're going to get this replay here.
Jakari Brown says, if you can do it, I can do it too.
Well, Jakari Brown said 3 straight threes from the top of the key, the right wing, and then the left wing.
Right. Our leading scorer for the first half, of course, usually one of the leading scorers for Carl Albert, but Jakari Brown, again, just picking up where she left off.
All right, folks, so Carl Albert will have a big lead. The response that if you're a Carl Albert fan, you would love to see after their first district loss on Friday.
Right.
Titans lead 45-16. We're going to take a break. We'll come back towards the end of halftime and talk about this game and probably try to give you some scores around 5A, especially 5A West, as you're watching both Middale and Lawton basketball on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Last year, 35% of all auto accident deaths were rollovers.
If you've been in a wreck, don't hesitate to call. This is why you need our number in your phone. This could be you. When you call our firm, you're going to get one of us, not some paralegal or office manager.
Most lawyers, they take more money than their clients. Most of the time, a lot more.
We don't, and we guarantee it.
At Tommy's Express Car Wash, we know how to love your ride. Try the Works Wash with our signature 14-step cleaning process, engineered to shine and shield your car from the elements. From breaking down dirt and bugs with our Detox Pre-Wash to restoring your vehicle's finish with our ceramic body wax. Give your car the best with our Top Wash. Then complete the clean with free vacuums and mat washers. Download our app and get your first 30 days of the Works for free. Tommy's Express. Love your ride.
Your home isn't just where you live, it's where you thrive. Elevate it with a roof that reflects your standards. At Cantrell Roofing, we deliver efficiency and high-quality installations. Our A-plus BBB certified team performs the highest level of craftsmanship, and our in-house insurance adjuster handles claims fast and stress-free. Backed by 30 years of experience, our 5-star Google rating reflects the trust we've earned. The better your roof is built, the better it holds up in the Oklahoma weather. Remember, got hail? Call Cantrell.
Last year, 35% of all auto accident deaths were rollovers.
This is why you need our number in your phone. This could be you.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
And welcome back to Middale Basketball on the Oklahoma Sports Network. By the way, the second quarter was brought to you by Bail Bonds by Tamra. We didn't mention earlier, but we do appreciate her a lot. Have you missed the bail on paying a ticket? Call Bail Bonds by Tamra at 405-250-110. 15 years of serving the community. The third quarter will be brought to you by Patrick Newby. We'll get to the third quarter in a second. We'll let you know on the Oklahoma Sports Network at halftime, Newcastle leads Lawton MacArthur 42-21. And I forgot about this game, Gordy, but this is a matchup on the Oklahoma Sports Network where the girls' game is probably better than the boys' game, and that's Bishop McGuinness at Altus.
Oh.
And those teams are in the same district as Dell City and Newcastle and Lawton MacArthur. And last we checked in the third quarter of that game, Altus actually had a 1-point lead on McGuinness. McGuinness probably is third in the district, and Altus is fifth. So that would be I don't call it an upset, but maybe a tiny one.
But definitely can make a difference in the play, huh?
Yeah, we just got a score for Midwest City against Southeast. Bombers lead 47-5. Dell City, last we checked, is leading Duncan 22-8 in the second quarter of that game.
Man.
As far as this game goes, Gordy, you know what? Wasn't necessarily a perfect half for Carl Albert.
Right.
But it was something that it was what you hope to see in that they were really taking care of business, especially when they went back with their starting lineup about middle of the second quarter. And
exactly,
that's when they went on a big run.
Definitely. Carl Albert, like you say, started off a little rough, able to get settled in and kind of get back to basics, able to especially coming out in that second quarter, really getting settled in, finding their good spots, getting up some really good shots, able to kind of close out that half on fire.
Plunkett got the steal there, and Zoe Johnson brought it up. They swing it over to Jakari Brown now. Jakari, nice crossover on Walker, and Jakari Brown scores. And I think you said, Gordy, that she had to be the leading scorer?
She is at the moment. I think she may have around 18 points. Let me count this up. But
yeah, and she got off to kind of a quiet start.
Very. And like I said, the thing about Jakari Brown today, she looks so relaxed. And like I said, coming off last ball game, had a lot of battles on her hand, but she was able to still, like I said, do a really good job on the offensive end. But today, she just looks so relaxed. Good job by Zoe Crawford.
Zoe Johnson on the assist. That was a really good outlet pass from Jakari Brown.
Wasn't
it? Jakari Brown is on a roll at the moment.
No doubt.
Now we got some competition maybe for the player of the game between the two guards for Carl Albert, Hayden Harrell and Jakari Brown.
They always make it hard on us, which is good.
Yeah. Roth with a miss there as Carl looks like they're going with a 1-3-1 defense. Nice outlet pass again. This is Plunkett to Harrell to Brown. Brown pull-up jumper. Jakari Brown is on fire.
Absolutely putting on a clinic out here, Jordan. I mean, like I said, getting to her spots. Everyone is kind of different. Like I said, just looking really comfortable.
So, again, Crowell going zone. Lawton High gives it to Walker, or Davis left side from Walker. Davis' shot no good. Rebound. This is Johnson. Johnson goes hard. The basket has her shot blocked out of bounds. It will stay with the Titans. We have OSN Photog. Adam Gutierrez. Good to see Adam. He's going to get some really good camera shots and put on our social media of this game. Carl Albert to throw it in. Plunkett. Hand off to Brown, corner right. Now Titans will set up top. Harrell, handoff, Plunkett. Shot fake, dribbles in. Now Johnson. Nice spin by Johnson, and she couldn't get the roll there, but she gets her offensive rebound.
Nice little hesitation move there by Johnson.
Harrell, three-pointer is missed long, but then the rebound's deflected to Brown. That's Hatchett, the offensive rebound. And we have a timeout.
Timeout about Coach Ritchie.
Interesting.
That
is an interesting spot there.
You don't see that often.
Because Carver was in a situation where they're getting one offensive rebound after the other.
Right, in the middle of the paint.
Yeah, you just don't normally see timeouts called in that situation.
Not really sure with Coach Ritchie. Maybe just wanted to see if he can get a reset and see if they can run this offense the correct way. We're hearing a little bit over there from Coach Smith as well, trying to make sure that his team is getting set and in the right position.
Well, I don't know of too many situations where teams give up offensive rebounds and the coach isn't upset.
Right, exactly. Offensive rebounds are hard to come by a lot of times.
That's a big one.
In a game like this, every possession counts, of course, and you really want to be able to take advantage of these rebounds on the offensive end, especially for Lawton. They're going to need all that they can get at the moment.
So it's a 1-4 set with Jakari Brown inbounding, and that's maybe one of the reasons Richie called a timeout. And, they had a good play to Hatchet, but the pass was an errant one, and Lawton High intercepts. Wiggins, she loses it then. Back come the Titans against the Wolverines. Harrell is swinging now to Plunkett. Plunkett, nice cross-court pass to Zoe Johnson. Back to Plunkett. Plunkett, open three.
Nice.
Rattles in. I believe that's at least the third Bobby Lewis three for Audrey Plunkett.
Her second three-pointer of the night.
And we should really mention her as a player of the game candidate.
Always. I said, starting to find her feet and get everything underneath her.
And then another turnover. This is a dead ball turnover as Davis got inside, looked for a teammate.
Yeah, but Plunkett is having a hard time, Jordan, getting some of those shots to fall now.
Yep.
Able to see a few of these buckets go in the rim, so that ought to give her some confidence going forward.
And Carl Albert will take out their entire starting lineup, it appears. And we have a new player in. With the ball right there for Carl Albert, that's number 11, Vanessa Campbell, a freshman as well. The shot for Carl Albert there is no good. Back come the Wolverines. A pull-up jumper. Rims out. Rebound by Crawford.
Nice look by Willis.
Here's Kinley Sutton. That's Brindley Crawford. Finds her sister Annabelle. That three-point shot no good. Rebound Lawton High. And then Roth threw it too far ahead of her teammate. It goes out of bounds. Another turnover on the Wolverines.
I like what Roth was thinking there. Like I said, this is one of those bounce passes that can go either way. But love the look. Just got to let something off of that one just a little bit.
I think Coach Ritchie is very happy to be able to rest the starters right now, Gordy, with the schedule they have coming up. It's just a traveling schedule. It's
yes, sir.
Really hard as they're going to go to Guyman on Thursday at Guthrie. They'll play Guthrie on Friday.
Like I said, a long road ahead for this week for the Titans. So like you say, Coach Ritchie just trying to do all that he can to try to go into the depth of this bench. And I imagine that he'll bring some of the other younger freshmen and sophomores in the game as well.
They throw it out to Crawford. They actually are leaving Leah Hatchett in the game, so they do have one starter in. And we have a foul called on the Titans. So Malia Hatchett, one starter in for Carl Albert, and she's playing on the top of what looks like a 3-2 zone. Three-point shot attempted and made.
All right. Lily Roth for her second three-point of the night.
It's Bobby Lewis three.
Lily Roth, a good-looking player for sure.
And the Lawton High gets a steal. They throw it ahead to Davis. Nice pass, but Davis can't convert, and then she gets the offensive rebound, and she is fouled there by Annabelle Crawford.
Closeout was good by Crawford. Just a little bit too handsy on that second attempt. But like I said, good rebound and good box out, but good drive by Davis. And this is something they're going to need is get that ball to the basket, see if they can get themselves to the free throw line.
And now so it looks like Ritchie wants to keep a starter in. Now he'll bring Hayden Harrell in for Malia Hatchett. So, again, one starter in for Carl Albert. And Walker hits both free throws. Davis, I should say, hits both free throws for Lawton High. And Carl Albert now enjoying a 33-point lead on the Wolverines. Cross-court pass. Shooting a shot and banking it in there is the freshman playing for the first time I've seen her, Vanessa Campbell.
Good shot by the freshman, Vanessa Campbell.
I don't know if you know much about her, Gordy.
Not a lot, but I've actually seen her play with the Carl Albert Titans freshman team. And Campbell, another good on-ball guard, of course. Plays a little bit of the three position. Really good rebounder, nice stroke on her. Like I said, good shot. Like I said, you can see Coach Ritchie trust her, having her in the ball game with the rest of these players that get a lot of playing time.
Well, she's a lefty as she misses the three there. I like that. They need Carl Albert girls need some lefties on the team.
Oh, no doubt.
I'm trying to think of who the last one they had was. As we see a player fall down for Lawton High, and then a wide open three for Roth. Couldn't get to fall. And then it got saved. So a chance for the Crawfords here for Carl Albert.
Nice.
As Brindley goes in, just bulls her way to the basket and scores for Carl Albert.
I like that move right there, Jordan. You don't really see that a lot from your big men down low, but nice dribble drive right there by Crawford.
So Roth has it wing left. And then a three-point shots by Elsie rattles in. We haven't called her name in a while, but Rayanne Elsie rattles in a three. So Lawton High starting to hit some shots. It's a Bobby Lewis three. Bobby Lewis surprised at great rates with 2 locations to serve you.
As I said, just keep chipping away. Lawton, like you say, just passing that ball around, really getting good looks. Like I said, if they can get some of these shots to land, I say close up that gap just some.
Crawford.
Nice move by Crawford. Again, in the paint.
You know what? Instead of Twin Towers, call them the Twin Powers.
I like that, Jordan.
Annabelle Crawford with a basket, and they look just a very good-looking freshman class for
no doubt.
Carl Albert. Both boys and girls teams have good freshmen here.
Just great ball control. I love, like I said, just so calm on the boards. Like I said, all these freshmen, just really good attitudes. It's like very calm and collected. I know they played a lot of minutes for this varsity team. So like I said, they're starting to look the part for sure.
And now we have another sub for Carl Albert we'll get to here in a second. Off the backboard, that shot's no good. Walker, the rebound, no good. And then Annabelle Crawford gets it for Carl Albert.
Just tough break right there for Mila Walker. Like I said, able to get some really good rebounds and finding herself in the paint, just unable to get some of these ones to land.
I want to make sure, is that Isis Haynes who had the ball there a second ago? Because we have her as 00, but she's wearing single-0.
I see that.
But I believe that's Isis Haynes, so we want to make sure we get that correct.
Yeah, right.
And then we have a jump ball called off the miss. As, again, a Carl Albert Titan player, very active on the offensive glass. This time it's Brindley Crawford. And she forces basically a new possession for Carl Albert. Gets a new possession for Carl Albert.
This whole evening, Jordan, Lawton really has had no answer for the Crawford twins in the paint. Unfortunate miss right there.
Yeah, when they're on the perimeter, different story.
It's a little bit different.
You know,
for sure.
That elbow shot airballed, but
you can see Carl Albert, they're so relaxed, you know. They're getting some of these easier looks, able to get really set and take their time each time they're taking these jump shots.
Elsie, she made a shot there a moment ago. That one is stuck. All right, now if you were out there on the court, Gordy, would you try to knock that ball out of the rim?
That's what I was going to say, Jordan. That's why we have tall people like you around to get stuff. But I would definitely go get that.
I would be too afraid to embarrass myself.
At this age, I might get the middle of the net. I don't know.
My response would be it's the ref's job to get it.
Right.
They're getting paid for it.
Exactly.
And they're having a hard time.
He's having a hard time.
That ball was stuck. It's still stuck.
There we go.
Had to make several attempts there, but they eventually got it. And that's a jump ball when that happens.
I think the ref was starting to sweat a little bit. I think he's over there a little nervous. Everybody's watching him.
So the possession arrow goes to Lawton High. Roth to throw it in, and then
just a little
trying to get the interception there was Campbell, but Lawton High retains the ball there. Davis swings it out. Elsie, again, she likes that shot. This time she's short on it. Looks like we have a loose ball foul on Carl Albert.
Elsie getting some good looks from that corner three. Just unable to get that one to land the last 3 possessions.
Carl Albert will throw it in. And that shot is off the mark, no good. There's Walker. She's been very good on the offensive glass. She gets an offensive rebound.
A little bailout play on behalf of Crawford.
Toonie Buys Houses free throws coming up. Toonie Buys Houses. We buy and renovate your homes in any condition. If you need to lease or own or finance your home, contact Toonie Buys Houses as the first free throw is made. But not the second. Titans have it. They could hold for a last shot if they wanted. They go inside to Crawford, to her sister Crawford, and then she lost it out of bounds. It's actually a good pass from Annabelle to Brindley, but they couldn't control it at the end. And Lawton High will get it back. They can hold for a last shot now. So we're down to 10 seconds to go in the Patrick Newby third quarter. A deflection and a steal by Campbell. And Campbell with the left hand can't finish. Couldn't ask for an easier shot. And that's how the quarter will end. We want to thank Patrick Newby. You see that His quarter sponsor is a QR code, so scan the QR code for a free quote. Patrick Doobie Farmers Insurance, a local family-owned agency since 1978. Scan the QR code. Give them a call, 405-733-7671. We'll head to the fourth quarter. Between Carl Albert and Lawton High, you're watching Middale and Lawton basketball on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
At Tommy's Express Car Wash, we know how to love your ride. Try the Works Wash with our signature 14-step cleaning process, engineered to shine and shield your car from the elements. From breaking down dirt and bugs with our Detox Pre-Wash to restoring your vehicle's finish with our ceramic body wax. Give your car the best with our Top Wash. Then complete the clean with free vacuums and mat washers. Download our app and get your first 30 days of the works for free. Tommy's Express. Love your ride.
Welcome back to fourth quarter action on the Oklahoma Sports Network in this battle between the Titans and the Wolverines. A 5A district battle here. Carl Albert needs to stay pace with the new leaders in 5A girls class, or District 2, the Midwest City Bombers. This fourth quarter brought to you by Titan Storage. For the Titans, Isis Haynes to inbound it. And she throws it out on top to Campbell. And then we got a whistle, and one of the refs along the baseline's pointing to something. I don't know what.
Maybe getting a little handsy down there.
I don't think they called it. They did not call a foul, so we have a deflection by Walker out of bounds. Titan Secure Storage, their fourth quarter sponsor, proud to be a veteran and operated-owned business in East Oklahoma City. It's their honor and responsibility to serve the community with care. Lots of discount options at Titan Storage. Go to www.titansstorageok.com. Call them at 405-987-8673. Crawford gets inside and scores.
Nice little feed right there by the freshman Vanessa Campbell. To feed old Crawford down low again.
That being Brindley. So Carl Albert with 62 now.
Ooh, tough foul.
Then we have a foul on Carl Albert. Are you suggesting it might have been a mercy call?
It might have been, Jordan. Just a little quick, but I'll trust the referees for sure.
Midwest City's up on Southeast 71-5.
That's not good.
Kind of what we're expecting.
Right.
We don't have an update on the other games I talked about, so tune into the Oklahoma Sports Network and see what's going on there. Altus and McGinnis looked like they were in a nail-biter. In fact, I don't know if you remember, Gordy, but when they played at McGinnis last month, McGinnis won on a buzzer beater.
That's right.
So disappointing for the Altus crew calling that game, of course, but what a fun game to call otherwise.
Oh, no doubt. And both of those teams have been doing, really well this year. Like I said, can't wait for the playoffs to get here.
Yeah, right now we do have an update for you on that game as Isis Haynes has her shot blocked out of bounds. Tune into this game. Still plenty of time for Altus, but they are trailing now as McGinnis pulls up and is ahead 52-46. In this game, we see the Campbell sisters attacking the glass, or Crawford sisters, my bad. Neither one could score on that trip, and back come the Wolverines.
Ooh,
Davis.
Nice stop and pop right there by Zero.
She's got a nice game.
Yeah, definitely.
I like the chances for this Lawton High team if they can stay together to have a very good season next year.
Right, like you said, Jordan. Still very young, still trying to find themselves.
Just like I like Vanessa Campbell.
Definitely. She's looking good. Nice size on Campbell, nice length, of course. Very cautious with the ball, especially on the passes. Seeing some really good things out of this freshman today. Davis
again. She's nice. It took a bit of time for her to get a rhythm in, but she shows that she's the type of player that she can get into a rhythm earlier. She can score in high volumes.
Right. Definitely has the skills and has what it takes, and we're seeing some really good moves out of Davis. She's played almost the entire ball game today, so exuding a lot of energy as well.
For Lawton High, they play Southeast on Friday, and then they go to Guyman, Gordy. They go to Guyman on Saturday. So Guyman, by the way, they're playing 3 games in 3 days. They're hosting Carl Albert and on a Thursday, and they're going to host Lawton High on a Saturday. And then they go on the road, I think, to El Reno. as we have a hooking foul called.
That's a lot
on
of
Walker.
travel.
So, yeah, Guyman's got it tough, too. 3 games in 3 days. In between, they got to make this long trip to El Reno, sandwiched between 2 home games.
Mm-hmm.
That's
a lot of ball in 3 days, and
this is what happens when you get games canceled.
Right, right. Squeezing a lot in the week, and I know they're young and they have a lot of energy, but that'll take a lot out of anybody.
Here's Sutton. Oh, she has the open 3. She'll take it. That shot's no good. Nice rebound in traffic by Roth. Roth checked by Haynes. So we're down to 4:14 to go. Stick around for the boys' game, of course. That's the main attraction for this matchup here, as Roth hits the shot there.
Nice little shot by Roth again. Lily Roth showing a lot of toughness and a lot of decisiveness on the offensive end. Like I said, she's been really good throughout the night, just trying to do all she can to help out the Wolverines.
Also, stay tuned for Gordy Jones interviewing Coach Ritchie as Crawford scores inside. That's Annabelle Crawford.
I mean, just really good feet work by both the Crawford twins, Jordan. I mean, each time they catch the ball down low, they're kind of using their time and making their moves. And like I said, being really decisive with these moves. So I really like what I'm seeing with the Crawford twins.
3-point shot attempted there by Willis, no good. Rebound by Carl Albert. Campbell tried to make a move with her offhand there, but lost it. Crawford gets it back, though. And then Crawford couldn't score underneath. Again, that's Annabelle Crawford. I think she has generally lighter hair than her sister, Brindley.
Definitely.
That's one way to tell them
That's
apart.
a good idea, Jordan. Now,
someone else told me that. I just forgot about it.
I never thought about that, but now I know, so I can tell them apart from now on.
Willis gets the rebound in the basket off the air ball, so Lawton High scores again. So Lawton High has had definitely a much better offensive game in the second half.
No doubt. I know it's frustrating for Coach Smith, but at the same time, Lawton has really, come out here and shown some toughness. And like I said before, just not able to land some of these shots. And Carl Albert, sometimes they've caught fire throughout this game. So really good showing by the Wolverines. Like I said, Coach Smith doing all that he can. Like I said, stretching out this bench, really getting some good work out of these girls.
We had some more subs for Carl Albert, including Amelia Lowe is one of the subs in. As Haynes bringing the ball up, has it trapped. Tried to find Campbell, and Campbell does recover. The most aggressive we've seen Lawton High on defense. Low with it now.
That was quite a bit of seconds in the backcourt.
And
so
nice hustle play. I guess it's going to stay with Carl Albert as Kimya Davis dove for the ball, but she was out of bounds. Also in the game for Carl Albert is Alasia Curry. Lefty 3.
Another lefty.
That's Curry who attempted it, no good. Rebound for Carl Albert. I believe that's Christensen who got it. Back comes Lawton High.
No look pass. Nice.
Underneath they
right
find
there.
For scoring there, Elsie.
Elsie, good shot and good dime drop there as well by Wiggins.
And it's a 29-point lead for Carl Albert. There's Curry with it. It is Christensen who is also in the game for Carl Albert. So some players we don't normally see.
Right.
Getting some run, as they say. Lowe gets to the basket. Cannot finish. Back comes Lawton High. Willis lost it out of bounds, so will stay with the Wolverines. They have a running clock right now. Yeah, we do have a running clock. Does happen in basketball, too.
Right.
Off the inbounds, Davis scores. And Lawton High now within 27. Getting to the final minute here. And scoring underneath there, getting to the basket is Campbell. As Lawton High had gone a bit of a run there. .29 lead for Carl Albert. Davis, looks like her foot may have been on the line. Shot rimmed out, so it doesn't matter. Low the rebound for Carl Albert. Campbell brings it across the timeline. Haynes, left wing 3, off the mark. Rebound by Lawton High. That's Goodson. Gets inside. Lawton High scores again. And they get past the 40-point mark. And that will be it. Gordy Jones is going to go down and is on his way down to interview Coach Ritchie. And this game is now a final. Well, Lawton High definitely in the fourth quarter made the score respectable. At 1 point, Carl Albert almost they were close to a 40-point lead. Instead, it'll be a 27-point victory, but they get the full 15 district points. And they get off the snide a bit after a tough loss on Friday to Midwest City. The game has just ended in Altus. McGinnis has beaten Altus in girls basketball 56-50. As the McGinnis girls will be a factor, I think. I don't think they'll be a home team, so they'll be a tough out. Maybe for Carl Albert, in fact. Newcastle girls up by 19 on Laud MacArthur. That game is only at the 6:30 mark. Okay, so we got Gordy's mic on. I'm going to give him a thumbs up.
All right, Jordan, give me a second. All right. Got Coach Kyle Ritchie here. Coach Ritchie, thank you for your time. I appreciate it. So, Coach, coming off last week, what would you say what's your take from today's game?
Forget. It's easy for me to say. It's easy. Everybody knows we lost.
Right.
You know, the one thing I like basketball compared to football, Gordy, and you know this, you don't have to wait a week. You can get that bad taste out of your mouth a little bit sooner. I thought girls came out, they executed. I thought we had a great day of practice yesterday, and they came out and they did their job.
I was going to ask you about practice. So, Coach, during practice, what was the biggest focus?
Finishing. And I know you go back to our interview the other day, that was just the main thing that we talked about. Midwest City's a good basketball team, but we went through and we looked at some things, and bottom line, like, hey, we ran that right. We got to the rim, just didn't finish. And that was kind of a mantra. And honestly, we're going to take that to the rest of the year. We've got to finish.
Right. Especially going into next week, but great game, Coach.
One game at a time, because we still got to go to Guyman. That's a good basketball team. Then we got to turn around and go to Guthrie. This is a very long trips.
Right.
And, you know, and when we get home tomorrow, it's to Guyman. Like, this is over now. You know, you got to forget the losses, but you got to forget the victories and get ready for the next game.
You got a long week ahead of you, Coach.
Absolutely.
You got a lot ahead, but good game.
Thank you,
Girls
sir.
look great today.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Coach. We're going to bring our player in the game in, Mr. Jakari Brown. Thank you for your time, man.
Thank you.
Hey, you look really good tonight, Jakari. And one thing that Jordan and I, we noticed that you came out looking very relaxed. I mean, you had very control of this game. What would you say your focus was coming off of last week, coming into this game?
Definitely executing. We didn't really finish well last game, so mostly trying to finish and get to our spots. And
How do you feel like that you and the rest of the team did today?
we did good. Working over our defense and offense, we definitely came out better, more focused, and I think we executed really well today.
I agree. So, like you said before, you guys got a long week ahead, got a few more games ahead. What is the plan as far as resting, and is there anything specific that you want to focus on?
Hydrate, still come out focused, execute, don't let up. Still got to max out, and don't take any of these teams lightly. And so.
Well, you did really good tonight. You are a Whataburger player of the game, Jakari, and I appreciate you very so much. Well, you have a good day and great game. All right, you go. Back to you, Jordan.
All right, thanks, Gordy. We love giving away these certificates for Whataburger. There's these frosted berry shakes. Whata-Freshers is what they're called. They're good stuff. If you get one of these, go enjoy. And go enjoy at the Whataburger on 15th Street. They're a player of the game sponsor. Though we love the Whataburger near 29th Street as well in Midwest City. But there's a big deal going on Whataburger. Real big. For $3, you can get the new Big Ranch Wrap. That's a crispy premium chicken strip, fresh veggies, creamy buttermilk ranch, and melty cheese and a warm tortilla. Or for $4, you can go even bigger with 5 of our premium Whata chicken bites. Or for $5, you can go bigger than big with a bacon cheese Whataburger Jr. That's 100% beef with melty cheese. Beef. I don't know why I said that. Want to go bigger? Add fries and a drink for just $2.49. Now that's the Whata deal. Only at Whataburger. Our Whataburger player of the game, Jakari Brown. That'll do it for the girls' game. When we come back, we'll talk about the boys' game. This is number 1 versus number 3 in District 2, Lawton High and Carl Albert. We can't wait to bring you this game on the Oklahoma Sports Network, so stick around. We'll be back in a few with the boys' game It's Middale basketball. It's Lawton basketball. It is the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
Last year, 35% of all auto accident deaths were rolling.
This looks like you need our number in your phone. This could be you.
Your home isn't just where you live, it's where you thrive. Elevate it with a roof that reflects your standards. At Cantrell Roofing, we deliver efficiency and high-quality installations. Our A-plus BBB certified team performs the highest level of craftsmanship, and our in-house insurance adjuster handles claims fast and stress-free. Backed by 30 years of experience, our 5-star Google rating reflects the trust we've earned. The better your roof is built, the better it holds up in the Oklahoma weather. Remember, got hail? Call Cantrell.
At Tommy's Express Car Wash, we know how to love your ride. Try the Works Wash with our signature 14-step cleaning process, engineered to shine and shield your car from the elements. From breaking down dirt and bugs with our Detox Pre-Wash to restoring your vehicle's finish with our ceramic body wax. Give your car the best with our Top Wash. Then complete the clean with free vacuums and mat washers. Download our app and get your first 30 days of the works for free. Tommy's Express. Love your ride.
Last year, 35% of all auto accident deaths were rolling.
If you've been in a wreck, don't hesitate to call us.
This is why you need our number in your phone. This could be you.
When you call our firm, you're going to get one of us, not some paralegal or office manager.
Most lawyers, they take more money than their clients. Most of the time, a lot more.
We don't, and we guarantee it.
All right, welcome back here for Middale basketball on the Oklahoma Sports Network and Lawton basketball on the Oklahoma Sports Network. As we're getting ready for the boys' game between the Carl Albert Titans and the Lawton High Wolverines. This is our main attraction for this matchup, as these teams played back in December 16th to be exact, and Carl Albert won by 8 points. The final score is about 60-52. And for Carl Albert, it's a bit of the opposite challenge than what they saw was for the Carl Albert girls, where the Carl Albert girls had to overcome or get past a tough loss to Midwest City. Carl Albert boys won that game against Midwest City, a big win against the Bombers, and now have to make sure there's no letdown. And this opponent, though, will be a tough one. As you can see by the standings, Lawton High is third place in the district, and they are still alive for, well, then you have to win this game big, but they could still possibly win this district or be the number 1 seed. And real quick, we're going to go down to Gordy Jones.
All right, down here, Coach Price. Coach Price, thank you for your time.
Yeah, you bet.
Coach, the second matchup with this team, with the Wolverines, so what did you take away from your last game?
Well, I felt like, playing Midwest City and that type of level of game, our kids were able to, I thought, play really tough, really gritty. We had a great first half. Midwest City came out, punched us in the mouth, and we were able to respond to that and end up winning, in a tough game overall. So just playing those type of games at this point in the season is really important against tough competition. Now we're on the road against some tough competition, so kind of see how we pan out tonight, but hopefully we'll be ready to play again.
I understand. So you got a lot of games this week, Coach. You got a long week ahead of you. So what's the focus for your team tonight?
Well, right now it's tonight, and that's it. We're not talking about any other games this week. This is the most important one, and we know how tough it is to win down here at Lawton, and we've tried to prepare everybody for it and let them know how serious this is. This has ramifications for who's the top 1, 2, and 3 in the district, and we don't want to give one up on the road. So we're trying to take this one seriously, and we'll worry about the other ones when we get to them.
Yes, sir. One game at a time.
That's right.
Appreciate the time, Coach. Good luck. Absolutely. Thanks so much.
All right, thank you to Coach Price for making himself available for the game. If his team wins, we'll talk to him after the game about this matchup. But we're not ignoring Lawton High, and if they win, we'll definitely be trying to talk to Lawton High's coach, first-year head coach John Reese, if they pull out the victory. And it's not it's a game that can be seen more as a toss-up. We had Lawton High, not their last game on the network, but I last saw Lawton High 3 weeks ago here when they lost to Midwest City. They won a close game 2 days later on the Oklahoma Sports Network. I think it was played here against Lawton Eisenhower. And since then, they have dominated their opponents. They have won by several impressive scores. So after a tough loss to Midwest City on this floor, they've bounced back quite nicely. It's worth mentioning Lawton High beat Carl Albert last year over at Bridge Creek High School for the area championship game to propel them to the state tournament, where Lawton High finished runner-up, losing only to Booker T in the championship game. As for Carl Albert, they couldn't recover from that loss. They lost the following night to Midwest City. So, again, the Titans kind of on a revenge tour here. They knocked off Midwest City. They'll play Midwest City again on February 17th. But they knocked off Midwest City 3 days ago, and now they want to beat Lawton High again, taking care of these teams that prevented them from making state for what would have been the 15th year in a row. But it had the streak, an impressive one at that, had to stop at 14. All right, we're going to go ahead and get the starting lineups for you here, as the starting lineups are brought to you by Precision Nutrition. Precision Nutrition in Del City for all your nutrition needs in one shaker tea. Come to Precision Nutrition at 4603 Southeast 29th Street, Suite 105. Again, in Del City. They got some really good shakes there in teas. And you can order over the phone. Call them at 405-672-0999. The visiting team tonight, of course, is Carl Albert, and their starting lineup looks like this. Their number one is number one, meaning the point guard, Elijah Matthews, although we'll see plenty of players take turns running point. He's a 6'1 junior. Number 3, Jordan Hawkins, a 6'2 senior, is their off guard. Austin Johnson, number 10, would be their stretch 4, a 6'5 junior. Their 3-man, number 21, Brandon Rogers, a 6'2 junior. And their inside player, LeBron Royal, number 23, a 6'2 senior. 6'2", but strong, athletic, and really good in the paint. For the home team, the Lawton High Wolverines, they got some state tournament experience in the form of several of their starters. And we'll talk about that here in a moment, but they are starting Avi Young. He's a 6-foot point guard. And real quick, one thing we want to correct is I didn't completely update the starting lineup, so I'm going to go ahead and try to do that here in a second. So my mistake here, this middle guy should be number 11, Champ Brewer, who has hit plenty of big shots for Lawton High. Also starting for Lawton High, I mentioned Avi Young, number 5, Darian Contrell, a 5'9 junior, Anthony Patrick, number 10, a 6'5 junior, and Tavon Washington, their post player, a 6'6 senior, number 34. Again, starting lineups are brought to you by Precision Nutrition. We apologize for the mistake on the starting lineup graphic there to the Lawton High fans. This is, of course, a game that's going to be featured. The broadcast will feature Mid-Dell sponsors. Our tip-off sponsor is brought to you by the Del City Chamber of Commerce. Trusted resource for advocacy, education, engagement to help improve your business. The Del City Chamber of Commerce and Scrambled is our first quarter sponsor. I want to remind you, of course, Carl Albert is coached by the great Jay Price, who may be the dean of all 5A coaches. I don't know if he is for sure, but he's close. And I need to turn Gordy Jones' volume up here. And Lawton High is a first-year head coach, so kind of on the opposite end of experience. I don't know if he's the first-year head coach, period, but he's the first year coaching at Lawton High, and that's John Reese. Again, we want to thank Scrambled for being our first quarter sponsor throughout the season. We start this game the way you should start your day. For breakfast or brunch, try their chicken and pancakes and deep-fried French toast. 1742 Northeast 23rd Street, Suite A in Oklahoma City. Call them at 405-900-5972. All right, well, Gordy, you saw these teams play back in December.
Right.
And it turned out to be a tight game. I think Carl Albert had the lead for most of that game, if I'm not mistaken, and Lawton High made it close towards the end.
Exactly.
What struck out to you about Lawton High?
Lawton High, which really kind of struck out to me, that they kind of came into the game with a lot of confidence, especially towards the end of the game, Jordan. Like I said, they were able to close out. A lot of offensive rebounds, of course, and a lot of defensive rebounds. But like I said before, they were just the aggressor throughout the game. Carl Albert was kind of coming off the football season, which they had a lot of football players kind of introduced into the lineup, into the starting lineup, so they weren't really comfortable as they are probably today. But like I said, Lawton came out more the aggressor. Like I said, Carl Albert did have the run, as far as the lead throughout the game, but Lawton pretty much stuck to the plan, stuck to what Coach Reese, had ahead of them, and were able to kind of capitalize on the game in the end.
Champ Brewer's pass is intercepted by Carl Albert, and Austin Johnson made that pass just in time as Elijah Matthews crossed the timeline before it would be a turnover. And Elijah Matthews will start things off for Carl Albert, their first offensive possession. This is Brandon Rogers with it near the left wing. Jordan Hawkins drives, kicks it out to Austin Johnson, corner left.
And one of the things I noticed last game also, Jordan, was that Carl Albert just wasn't able to get some of the shots to land. Like I said, kind of came off a little bit rusty, but today you can see they're a little bit more decisive on their shot selection.
Nice move by LeBron Royals. He got the offensive rebound, went baseline, attacked Washington, and scored. And Carl Albert strikes first up 2-0.
I like that version of LeBron right there. Running the baseline, using his strength to hit the boards. That's something that can really suit Carl Albert a lot.
We have a stoppage of play. I think it was so Elijah Matthews could tie his shoe. So that's it. There's no timeouts or fouls there. But Lawton High starts out the game 0 for 1 in the turnover. They will extend their defense as Carl Albert, they're 1 of 2. We're going with an offensive rebound and a putback. Here's Elijah Matthews. He gets all the way in the paint and lays it in off the glass.
Great drive by Elijah Matthews to finish with that left hand. Carl Albert's definitely going to need the help of Matthews today.
This is one-on-one here. Avi Young, number 1, guarded by Elijah Matthews, number 1. Washington throws out to Patrick. Patrick dribbles right past Rogers and scores.
Nice move by Young.
To say that's Champ Brewer. Champ Brewer, one of the best returning players for Lawton High, no doubt. I saw him make some very big shots last year. Matthews again in the paint. Follows his miss and puts it in, and Elijah Matthews with 4 points early going for Carl Albert.
Way to be tough by Matthews on that board, able to follow that shot.
So 6-2 the score. Young gets a pick from Washington, goes away from the pick. Now here's Brewer, checked by Rogers. Drove by him earlier. I mistakenly called him Patrick. It's Brewer. Brewer dribbles it off Rogers. And we have an early sub for Lawton High as the ball went out of bounds. It will remain with the Wolverines. So they're bringing in number 12, Juan Burney. Played a lot against Midwest City even though he didn't start.
Not sure what happened with Washington. Coach had to have a word with him real quick.
They go inside to Burney. Makes a nice pass out to Patrick. That three-point shot no good. Flying in for the rebound. I believe that was Young. Couldn't get it. And Carl Albert does get it. Rogers to Hawkins. Baseline drive for Hawkins. Couldn't get the fall. Good team defense there. But then Carl Albert almost got it right back.
Oh, got away.
And then Rogers gets called for a foul.
Thought it was getting a little aggressive there.
Yeah, they tried to get the ball from Juan Burney. Burney held on to it. What was interesting is how aggressive Carl Albert was off the defensive rebound.
Right.
You don't see him quite play that way all the time.
No. I was thinking the same thing, Jordan. Knew a foul would be coming up there pretty quickly, like you say, just a little bit too aggressive on that one.
Young, bounce pass. Burney now hands it off to Brewer. Back to Young. Now here's Patrick with the ball near the top of the key. Patrick gets to the free throw line. Finds Brewer, and I think they're going to call the legal screen on Patrick, yes. Lawton High kind of looks out of sort on offense except for one dribble drive.
Right, trying to figure it out. Carl Albert doing a really good job of setting up on defense, making it really hard on the Wolverines to kind of get the motion going, but like you say, just a little bit indecisive on the carries.
We haven't called Darren Contrell's name much, but he's the one guarding Matthews. Then he falls down. Maybe partly because of the physicality of Matthews. Finds Rogers, three, right corner, short on that. Rebound, Lawton High. Burney got it. So he's had a very good game coming off the bench.
Rogers coming up just a little short after a really strong performance last game. Came out on fire, helping out the Titans from the arc, but that's a good shot there by Young.
Avi Young with a three-pointer. It's a Bobby Lewis three. And Lawton High, just like that, they're within a point as the score is 6-5. Bobby Lewis, surprisingly great rates with two locations to serve you in Choctaw and in Del City. Close to Midwest City, both locations.
Both locations.
Rogers, bounce pass to Royal. They're going to look to post up Austin Johnson. Can't find him. They'll go to Hawkins, corner right. Now here's Royal with it. Royal gets double teamed immediately. That leaves Matthews open, and he he makes a three. They left him open, Gordy, and Matthews made him pay.
Hand down, man down, as they say. Elijah Matthews starting out very hot for Carl Albert with the leading scorer at the moment. But like I said, first game and first matchup, Elijah Matthews coming fresh off the football season as a star running back, but now a little bit more comfortable into the season, seeming a little bit more sure of his shots, a little bit more comfortable on the offensive end.
Austin Johnson the steal, but then he turns it right back over as Avi Young anticipated that real well. Lawton High has numbers. They had Burney open for a second. Instead, they'll go for a three on the right side by Contrell. No good. Outlet pass out to Elijah Matthews for Carl Albert. As Lawton High will be making some subs here. We'll call them out when we can after the next dead ball. Here's Hawkins off the screen from Royal. Hawkins goes towards the baseline. Now passes to Austin Johnson. Johnson, no one really guarded him on face-to-face there, and Johnson made a nice move scoring. And Carl Albert with a 6-point lead, their biggest lead of the game.
Nice move by Johnson with the fake in the lane.
Young was given the room. Couldn't get the shot to go. Rebound out to Jordan Hawkins. Hawkins, nice bounce pass to Rogers. Rogers couldn't finish. And then Royal is there trying to finish, and he will get fouled, and he will be shooting some Toonie Bice-House's free throws.
Looks like that call is on Juan Burney. Unfortunately, got the little quick hand in there. Picked up a quick one.
We've got former Lawton MacArthur Highlander T.K. Taylor set to check in, along with Bray Burrell. Lawton High will go pretty deep here. That's a couple of their subs We see Toonie Bice House's free throws for Royal, and he swishes the first. That's a good sign for Carl Albert, as that can be a weakness for LeBron Royal, and he gets the free throw line a lot. So
no doubt.
You want to make those.
Carl Albert looking a little bit more comfortable today than the last matchup, of course. And like I said, really strong game against the Midwest City Bombers last Friday, so they know they had to come out with a sense of urgency from the first matchup against the Wolverines.
Tez Hunter also in the game for Lawton High, as the second free throw for Royal is good. So Carl Albert with an 8-point lead. They have not made any subs yet. Lawton High has made several subs. As they go high post there to Burrell. Burrell finds Hunter, who goes back out to the corner right. Young is the one starter staying in the game. Here's a three-point shot attempted. No good, and it goes out of bounds off Lawton High. Hunter missed the three. Lawton High with only 2 made baskets in the early going.
Right. So getting some good shots up again, just unable to land some of those shots, of course. Carl Albert really doing a really good job on defense, making it just hard each possession.
Fade away from Austin Johnson, rattles in. Nice stroke for Austin Johnson. He has a couple baskets, and the Titans up by 10. Young hits the three. That's the needed three for Lawton High. Bobby Lewis three.
Right on time there by Jaden Adams for the three.
It's Adams, sorry. Yep. Another sub for Lawton High. Got kind of tangled there a bit as we have a foul called. Austin Johnson and Avi Young.
Wolverines trying to make it hard on Carl Albert now by using some of that quickness that they possess on each possession. So they're doing a really good job of their own ball defense.
I got to say for Lawton High, 1, 2, and 3, Young, Taylor, and Adams all look very similar.
Definitely.
So I'm sorry if I'm mistaken.
Same. Very similar.
Can't always see a good look at the number.
Right.
Anyway, that's my excuse. Here's Brandon Rogers with it, wing right. Bounce pass in the corner to Royal.
Ooh.
And Royal scores and is fouled. Let's get a look at that. This is our Triple H screen printing replay.
Nice little strong move right there by LeBron Royal. Unfortunately, TK Taylor picked that one up. Maybe a little slap in the face there.
Yeah, when he has it around the paint, I mean, he is so strong and explosive.
Right.
That's why I say don't get confused at his height. He's only 6'2", but he is a really good center.
He plays big. Big.
He made both his free throws earlier, did Royal, so let's see if he can go 3 for 3. And he does. He rattles in the Toonie Bice House's free throws as Carl Albert continues their strong play. Back up by 10. They go with a press, and then they closed on it very well. And Royal with a steal. He's all over the place right now.
Again, just tremendous amount of toughness.
Hawkins on the outlet pass, no good. Rebound by Taylor for Lawton High. Taylor, I'm sorry, that was actually Adams who rebounded. Now Taylor has it. Taylor had a pump fake, thought better of the shot. Almost turned the ball over.
Right.
Young finds Taylor. They go inside to Burrell, and he lost it. Nice pass from Austin Johnson to Hawkins, and Hawkins is fouled. And the Carl Albert starters are looking really sharp right now. And that's really how they won the game against Midwest City Friday.
Right.
I would say the most important quarter of that game was the first quarter.
Yes, sir. You're definitely right. It's important for Carl Albert to get off to a fast start, of course. Like Coach Price said earlier, really wanted to focus on these times of possession, make sure they kind of take advantage of every scoring opportunity.
Hawkins connects on the Toonie Bice House's free throws. Toonie Bice Houses, we buy and renovate homes. We lease and own or finance homes. If you or somebody knows needs to sell a home for any reason, please call us today with a cash offer, 405-931-3046. Hawkins hits the second. So Carl Albert getting production. I don't think Brandon Rogers has scored yet.
Not yet.
I think everyone else in the starting lineup has.
You're correct, Jordan.
As we now see Jax Wilkerson check in for Royal. And then Carl Albert goes with a press, and they get a steal. Darian Thompson's checked in, gets that steal, and Matthews hits the three. And the Titans are red hot right now, opening up a 15-point lead early in this game.
Another good shot by Matthews, but like you said, Carl Albert starting off red hot. able to stretch this lead against the Wolverines. Quite a different matchup, the last one, but like I said, Carl Albert coming with a lot of intensity and very sure of themselves on the offensive end. Looking good today.
Tough shot for TK Taylor. He had to shoot it because the clock was running out. And that's how the quarter will end. A very good scrambled first quarter for the Carl Albert Titans. And they lead the Lawton High Wolverines by a score of 23-8. You're watching Middale and Lawton basketball on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Last year, 35% of all auto accident deaths were rollovers.
If you've been in a wreck, don't hesitate to call us.
This is why you need our number in your phone. This could be you.
When you call our firm, you're going to get one of us, not some paralegal or office manager.
Most lawyers, they take more money than their clients. Most of the time, a lot more.
We don't, and we guarantee it.
Welcome back to Middale and Lawton basketball on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Jordan Ray, Gordy Jones. First quarter dominated by Carl Albert.
Right.
So we get ready for the second quarter. Second quarter brought to you by bail bonds by Tamra. And Gordy, I mean, no complaints for Carl Albert. And I think a lot of it was their defense created their offense.
I mean, Jordan, Carl Albert, like you say, came out on fire from certain spots of the field, of course, but I said just taking advantage of every scoring opportunity that they've had and said able to get up a little bit more shots than Lawton has, but Lawton, like I said, able to make it to the basket as well, just not able to get some of these shots to land. But Carl Albert, like you say, just coming out, decisive. Really, like I said, sure of themselves, taking care of the ball, hitting the boards, like I said, on every possession, making sure they're taking advantage of every opportunity.
So Carl Albert will bring in Dorian Thomas, who was so good in the game Friday and also against Broken Arrow. So he's had 2 straight really good games.
Right.
And Gibson Johnson replaces Brandon Rogers, so we got Gibson Johnson and Austin Johnson in, and we're going to make this point a few times. They may look like they're related, but they're not.
Right. The Johnson brothers. Johnson and Johnson.
The faux brothers there, I guess. Well, they're not actually related.
They're not really brothers, folks.
Anthony Patrick scores for Lawton High, and somehow they got to find some consistent offense, and Anthony Patrick could provide that. And then we call a turnover on Darian Thomas.
Good
I don't know
job.
why I want to call him Dorian so bad.
Oh, shoot. Like you say, Jordan, Thomas came into the ball game against Midwest City and pretty much was the difference maker for Carl Albert in that second half.
Oh, that fourth quarter was unbelievable.
No doubt. Such a great athlete.
3-point shot is missed. We got a scramble for the loose ball as Washington is back in for Carl Albert. It's a good matchup, him and Jack Wilkerson. A couple of big guys there, but big as Washington is, Jax Wilkerson pretty much dwarfs everybody.
Not the guy you want to roll around with.
Not by much, though, in this case.
No. Like I said, good matchup. I know Wilkerson loves when he has somebody that size to kind of go back and forth with. For such a young freshman, any competition is good competition.
So Carl Albert has the possession arrow. And Elijah Matthews, what an interesting bounce pass to Wilkerson, but he got it. Thomas, long three, missed long. But there's an offensive rebound for Carl Albert. Austin Johnson, no good. The tip-in is good. Didn't quite see who got that. Was that Thomas?
Yeah, that was Thomas. I mean, just hanging in the air, Jordan, for probably about 3 seconds after he caught that rebound. So great putback by Thomas, just showing tremendous athleticism.
Wow. I have to laugh because anytime Jax Wilkerson moves a little bit against you, you're going to knock down. So it's just hard for him not to foul. It's really hard for him not to foul.
Just so aggressive, just so physical down there.
Well, he didn't have to be aggressive to foul.
No.
Thing. But I believe that is the call. So Lawton High will get a baseline out of bounds play. They throw it to Washington, who finds Avi Young. Young against Thomas. That's a good matchup. And here's Brewer with it. Rogers back in for Carl Albert. Checking Brewer. Brewer gets into the paint. Left-handed pull-up, no good. That was a good look.
That was a great look right there.
Couldn't get the fall. Thomas, the rebound for the Tides. He immediately gets double-teamed. Oh, just taken away by Young to Brewer, who scores. And Lawton High needed that in the worst way.
Right. Showing a little press now. Lawton decided to step it up and try to see if they could trap some of these guys in the backcourt. But great defense by Young. And, of course, great finish by Patrick.
I tell you, Lawton High's press against Midwest City at the end of the game was really good, but it was too little too late in that game.
Exactly.
So we have I believe a foul called on Brewer on the ball there. I mean, Midwest City looked really confused, but the problem was at one point they had a 28-point lead, so they had a lot of cushion.
Right.
So I'm just kind of surprised Lawton High doesn't press more. They definitely have the athletes for it.
And they had a lot of success against the Titans the last matchup as well, using this press, especially in the second half.
Rogers gets to the top, gets a screen from Wilkerson. Thomas gets into the paint and draws a foul. It doesn't look smooth right now when Thomas gets to the paint, but because of his strength and everything, he can hang in the air, he can get fouled, and he does there.
Not sure who that foul was on right there, Jordan. Right there.
And Thomas gets the first of the Toonie Bice Houses free throws, nothing but net there. Missed that one long, but it goes out so long that it's rebounded by Carl Albert. As Johnson got the rebound there. Wilkerson's shot no good. Rebounded by Patrick. Out to Young. Long three. No good. Nice rebound by Washington. Brewer, right corner three. That's no good.
Really good looks.
You want Brewer shooting that for sure.
Right.
And then we're going to have a trap and a timeout, I believe, taken by the Titans. Try to see what the timeout is. Looks like it's a 30-second timeout. We did not have a full timeout called in the girls' game, and we have not had one yet here.
It's like Coach Price wants to make sure Carl Albert is executing the proper way on the offensive end.
So it's a 30-second timeout again for Carl Albert. We want to remind you, this quarter is brought to you by Bail Bonds by Tamara. Have you missed the ball on paying a ticket? Call Bail Bonds by Tamara. The phone number is 405-200-5110. 15-plus years of serving the community. So we'll see what Lawton High's press can do here. As Jordan Hawkins will throw it in. He can't run baseline, so Lawton High can really be aggressive there. They get it to Johnson, back out to Hawkins. It's Gibson Johnson, by the way, who's in for Austin right now. Hawkins goes baseline left, out to Thomas. Thomas to Rogers, wing right. Rogers, nice drive, nice floater, just couldn't get it to fall. Rebound by the Wolverines. Washington got it. Now it's in the hands of Young. Young to Brewer. Brewer attacks, and nice defense by Brandon Rogers.
Nice.
Good outlet pass to Thomas. Thomas, hook shot. Nice hook shot there by Darian Thomas, who just shows such offensive brilliance right now.
Nice little spin move right there by Thomas, of course, like you say, just showing great patience and great moves under the board. I mean, this young man is just so athletic, and most of his shots at the rim are very decisive.
He shows me something every basket he gets.
Right.
Washington made a nice move there, changing directions on Wilkerson, but couldn't get the basket. And the Titans rebound. Hawkins to Rogers. They go inside to Wilkerson. Wilkerson immediately get doubled and lost it.
Able to put the double body right there on Wilkerson to get him to cough that ball up a little bit, and that's an even good drive.
Oh, Brewer couldn't score, but Washington does a good job following.
Yeah.
And Lawton High, again, with a needed basket as their
good shot by Tavon.
Yeah.
Austin. Washington there.
And both teams are going to make a lot of subs here when the next dead ball takes place. I count 13. Or no, I'm sorry, not 13. That's impossible. 8. And we have a foul away from the ball. Again, Jax Wilkerson's involved with it, and I think he's going to get called for a foul. And, again, this is where he's just an easy target for that call. I'm not saying it's a bad call. It's away from the ball. I didn't see it.
Exactly. Just too big to miss for sure. Yeah. Like I said, of course, they're going to try to make it hard on Wilkerson down there in the paint. They're going to try to put all types of hands and wrap him up and make it physical on him. Jax Wilkerson just really has to keep his hands in the air and try not to be so physical on the other end.
So TK Taylor, Jaden Adams, Manny Simpson playing in for the first time, Tez Hunter and Bray Burrell. I believe that's who's in for Lawton High. Austin Johnson, Elijah Matthews check back in, along with LeBron Royal.
Coach Reese deciding to bring in some of the quicker guards here, see if he could try to make a difference on the defensive end and see if he can get some better drives to the bucket.
And meanwhile, the Titans are back with their starting lineup. And that was a big point in the girls' game when they went back with their starters in the second quarter. They went on a huge run. And they're going to play a second string here for Lawton High. Taylor reverses it. Three-point shot is well short, but a nice rebound and the putback. That's a big body there. That's Burrell for Lawton High.
Nice putback by Burrell. Nice strong rebound.
Let's see if this second string for Lawton High can play defense. Matthews, pull-up three. He made a couple. That one's no good. There's Royal with a rebound. Oh, he pulled the jersey. He pulled the jersey of Tez Hunter. That's about as easy calls you can make.
It's getting rough down there, and I understand LeBron Royal's trying to get a little bit more aggressive, but the grab of the jersey is what got him for sure.
I don't know if that may be his first, so you know what? Go ahead and be rough, and if you get a foul like that, so be it.
Definitely.
Do we have a steal? We do have a steal. Coming up with it is Matthews. Hawkins, oh, what a nice strip there by Taylor. And what's the call?
It's good defense by T.K. Taylor, able to stop that one.
Sure looked like he got all ball, and that's how the refs saw it. Unfortunately, he was out of bounds.
Right.
And now we have a stoppage. Could be some type of warning as, it is getting physical. Oh, another push by Royal. Yeah, it's getting really physical. Nice inbounds pass. Hawkins had a good shot there, but he couldn't convert. And they're going to say it was saved off of Hawkins, so Lawton High basketball. So Taylor again, he was with Lawton MacArthur last year.
Just quick right there.
He was called Tykill Taylor. Now he's TK.
Oh, okay.
And it looked like he just dribbled off his foot. But credit Jordan Hawkins for the physical defense there. It is interesting, Gordy, the Lawton High, that shows they trust their bench. They're not – they're playing 5 guys off the bench in a game where they're down by 12.
Right. You really didn't see a lot of this, depth used last game that the guys played against Carl Albert. I guess they're going to try to see if they could try to chip away and use some of this quickness to try to combat some of this athleticism that Carl Albert has. But
well, they're mixing up on defense, but they get a foul here. They almost got the steal. Burrell not happy with the foul call.
Right, just picking up some unnecessary ticky-tack fouls here. They're just going to have to calm down a little bit. Like I said, they're doing a really good job of trying to stay in this ball game. They don't want to get Carl Albert to the free throw line to try to stretch this lead out any more than it already is.
Yeah, you may see the refs tighten it up a bit because it's getting a little tense.
Definitely.
Matthews gets the roll. Elijah Matthews has had a good first half.
Right. One of the more physical, aggressive first halves that we've seen out of Elijah Matthews, but very sure of himself getting to the bucket.
Bit of a reckless drive there by Manny Simpson, but it was an effective drive as he draws a foul and will head to the free throw line.
That's what it's going to take for Lawton to stay in this ball game. Do everything they can to keep driving to the bucket and try to see if they can kind of create some of these foul opportunities.
More Tootie Bice House's free throws. This is Manny Simpson. Nothing but net on the first. Lawton High just right now trying to hang around. As Carl Albert threw the first punch this game with a great first quarter, similar to their last game.
Right.
As they've been so far playing really well since that Edmond North loss at the Titan Classic.
And that's true, Jordan. You can see how Carl Albert has changed, like you say, since that last tournament, facing a lot of great competition. But, of course, you can see that they're kind of gelling more as a team, playing more as a unit.
Well, they're going to call Bray Burrell for the arms foul, basically, on Royal. Those are two strong boys.
No doubt.
Wearing number 23. Say, again, when they're calling it close like this, you need to try to watch out how you're playing defense, especially with your arms. They go inside to Royal. Nice pump fake, and he scores. And LeBron Royal.
Nice
a bit of a stare there. I don't know. But
nice patient move.
He had a strong man move there. Taylor, nice pump fake, but a finish.
Nice move there.
Tykill Taylor with the basket and a timeout taken. I didn't see who called it. I think it's Lawton High who called it. And another 30-second timeout. So at halftime, we'll update you with some boys' scores. I want to remind you, of course, those games we were talking about during the girls' game are also taking place on the boys' side. Altus and Bishop McGuinness on the Oklahoma Sports Network. And not too far from here, Newcastle at Lawton MacArthur. Newcastle coming off a very impressive victory Friday against Dell City. But they're still in third place.
Mm-hmm. This is a strong district play right now.
They might catch up here when we have the games coming up against Class and SAS. The next few days, Friday, that will be our big game. Dell City, Class and SAS. And then Tuesday of next week, we'll have a triple header for you involving all these teams except for Carlbert. Lawton High will go to Midwest City. Lawton MacArthur and Dell City will play. And Newcastle at Class and SAS. Meanwhile, off the trap, again, LeBron Royal gets the pass underneath. Nice pass from Austin Johnson. And LeBron Royal is having a very strong first half as he scores
really
again.
Is. I mean, just very sure of himself, and it's really nothing that Lawton has been able to do to kind of stop LeBron Royal in these situations.
It's a bit of a reach in, but Lawton High recovers. Well, they never really lost it, but you get the idea. Tykill Taylor checked by Rogers. Will initiate the offense. Lost the ball for a second, and it gets deflected out of bounds. Tez Hunter and Austin Johnson went for the ball. It's going to be off Austin Johnson, it appears. But, this is where Lawton High kind of looks a little stagnant on offense.
Right. Taylor trying to see if he can find any type of daylight to try to see if he can help this offense get going. Trying to find the open man, but like I said, Carl Albert just really getting set on the defensive end, making it hard on the Wolverines.
Well, we have another timeout called, kind of going maybe with what I was talking about, that the offense for Lawton High, again, kind of stagnant, and they're going to call a second 30-second timeout. And, again, I find it kind of funny that there's not been a single full timeout called tonight.
Right,
Either
true.
the girls' game or boys'
Either
game.
one.
Which has helped us get these games
true
played at a brisk pace.
Very true. That is very true. That first game went by pretty quickly. This first half is going by quickly as well.
So John Reese calling two 30-second timeouts within about 30 seconds of each other. And we'll see what Lawton High looks to do on offense. As, again, they are playing their second string, basically, against Carl Albert starters.
Younger and quicker.
Taylor trapped. Finds Hunter with it. And then they're going to call a hand check foul, I believe, on Austin Johnson.
Yeah, just a little bit too much on that one. Like the closeout, of course, by Johnson. Like I said, just a little bit too handsy on that one. Got caught up by the referee.
So that's 4 fouls on each team. We have not seen any bonus free throws this game.
Oh,
we'll see one there. LeBron Roy, and again, he's in a similar situation to Jax Wilkerson.
Right,
it's not hard for him to bump someone.
No, exactly.
And so, he was like, who, me?
Not me.
Yeah, that's a foul.
That was a foul for sure. Just a little bit too aggressive.
Yeah, his first foul was a pull. He just pulled the jersey of a Lawton High player. Not too blatantly, but it was
noticeable.
Call, and now he does this time. And Tykill Taylor, though, misses the first free throw. As Lawton High needs every point they can get on these Toonie Bice Houses free throws. So, interestingly, LeBron Royal will come out. We don't see Jax Wilkerson go in for him, so Carl will go with a bit smaller lineup.
Right. Close this half out.
As they'll bring in Thomas. And Taylor hits the next free throw, so I think they took LeBron out with a couple fouls. Quickly back comes Elijah Matthews.
He's feeling it, Jordan.
Having an unbelievable game for Carl Albert.
He's definitely feeling it today, and we like what we see from Mr. Elijah Matthews.
And then they get the steal.
Oh, nice little
Hawkins
speed.
winds up with it, and he scores. And again, Carl Albert is ending a quarter on a great note here. They now push the lead to 17. Burrell, big drive. Nice use of his body, couldn't score, gets the offensive rebound, still can't score. Rogers had it deflected, but they're going to say a foul on Lawton High, and Rogers will be shooting 2 free throws.
1.9 on the clock left. You really don't want to pick up a foul like that going into the halftime, but
no, that's a frustration
just
foul.
Frustration. Of course, Burrell said really good moves down low under the board, just unable to get that one to fall. But like you say, go ahead and create the frustration foul, unfortunately, giving Carl Albert another advantage going into the half.
Toonie Bice Houses free throws. And Brandon Rogers, I don't know if those are his first points, but it's close to it. But he's had a.
It may be. That's the first one I got marked down.
He hits both. At some point, and usually he's a second half three-point shooter.
Right.
Brandon Rogers. At least the last few games, that's when he's been doing his damage. And now Jax Wilkerson will come in to defend the inbounds pass as Lawton High will have a chance for a last-second shot. Shots off the mark. Don't know if it would have counted, and I apologize, I have the wrong score as the 2 points score just now went to Carl Albert. And they have, at halftime, a 19-point lead against the Wolverines. All right, we'll come back in a few minutes to talk about this half, give you some more scores in 5A boys action. You are watching Middell and Lawton basketball on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
Last year, 35% of all auto accident deaths were rolling.
This is why you need our number in your phone. This could be you.
Your home isn't just where you live, it's where you thrive. Elevate it with a roof that reflects your standards. At Cantrell Roofing, we deliver efficiency and high-quality installations. Our A-plus BBB certified team performs the highest level of craftsmanship, and our in-house insurance adjuster handles claims fast and stress-free. Backed by 30 years of experience, our 5-star Google rating reflects the trust we've earned. The better your roof is built, the better it holds up in the Oklahoma weather. Remember, got hail? Call Cantrell.
At Tommy's Express Car Wash, we know how to love your ride. Try the Works Wash with our signature 14-step cleaning process, engineered to shine and shield your car from the elements. From breaking down dirt and bugs with our Detox Pre-Wash to restoring your vehicle's finish with our ceramic body wax. Give your car the best with our Top Wash. Then complete the clean with free vacuums and mat washers. Download our app and get your first 30 days of the Works for free. Tommy's Express. Love your ride.
Last year, 35% of all auto accident deaths were rolling.
If you've been in a wreck, don't hesitate to call us.
This is why you need our number in your phone. This could be you.
When you call our firm, you're going to get one of us, not some paralegal or office manager.
Most lawyers, they take more money than their clients. Most of the time, a lot more.
We don't, and we guarantee it.
All right, welcome back to Middale basketball at the half and Lawton basketball at the half. It's the Middale team up big right now, 40-21. Really a surprising score for a game we thought might be closer, Lawton High being the home team. Not the case here, as Carl Albert is looking really good. 2 strong quarters with a 40-21 lead. They are now the first-place team in District 2 in 5A boys. Lawton High is the third-place team. Some other scores to talk about. First off, in 5A, Classen SAS played a non-district game at Douglas. I guess the game ended early. I don't know when they started that game. It may have been boys only. And Douglas won 65-49. Just shows you how strong Douglas is, as Classen SAS, one of the better 5A teams. They're still going to be in first place after that game, and 5A won. On the Oklahoma Sports Network, I can tell you Newcastle had a big lead against Lawton MacArthur last I checked a few minutes ago. And Altus trails McGinnis at halftime. We don't have scores to give you just yet. Last we checked from Midwest City, the Bombers had a 33-19 lead against Southeast. Again, that last check of that was at halftime. And then on the girls' side, of course, earlier this evening, Carlsbad girls won big against Lawton High as expected. Del City won big against Duncan. Last we checked, the score was 70-16. Newcastle, big win against Lawton MacArthur. Midwest City, no problem with the Southeast. McGinnis pulled away to win at Altus by 6. All these games on the Oklahoma Sports Network. I want to tell you one more game on the network we forgot to mention because I'm so focused on 5A. But Elgin and 4A playing Elk City. That game started late. It started just a few minutes ago on the boys' side. All right, Gordy, anything you want to mention about the first half as we look into the third quarter here?
Well, Carl Albert looking really good, like you say, to start off. Kind of like I said before, not an overshadow from the last game against Midwest City, but like kind of a continuation, Jordan, of what they kind of came out with the intensity. Like I said, coming off a strong game like that and a strong finish, they had to kind of come out with the same, mentality. And what they've been able to do is kind of get themselves started off on a good note, especially going into a long week that they have ahead. On the other end, for the Wolverines, a lot of good drives. Like I said, a lot of strong play. I said Coach Reese actually kind of using some of his bench to kind of utilize some of the speed and take advantage of some of the athleticism, just unable to get some of these shots to fall. But if they can kind of get some of these shots to fall and continue with the same drive, they may be able to close this gap up just a little bit.
Carl Albert of the first possession of the second half. Here's Austin Johnson with the ball out to Elijah Matthews on a switch checked by Washington. And a switch back with a guard on him. Now it's Hawkins with it, wing left. Hawkins goes baseline left. Defended by Washington. Hawkins took a while to find someone. Now gets to Royal. Royal slips. Gets it back, and now Carlsbad maybe have a numbers advantage. Hawkins, corner left three is good. A Bobby Lewis three for Jordan Hawkins.
All right, start off for the second half for Jordan Hawkins.
He has not hit a lot of threes lately, so it's good to see that.
Right.
For him, and Carlsbad with their biggest lead at 22 points. Washington to Young. Young goes baseline and going to call foul on the floor. So you got to put, I think it's going to be called on Elijah Matthews. So Lawton will inbound it underneath their own basket. Points are at a premium for the Wolverines. They need a good baseline to bounce play here if they can do that. Getting inside is Contrail. And then attacking and scoring there is Champ Brewer.
Seeing some nice drives by the Champ today.
Champ Brewer's a good player.
Right. Said some of these
try to take this game over.
Right.
And they get the steal. Brewer scores. So that's 4 quick points for Lawton High to make it 43-25.
Right on cue. Earlier on, Champ Brewer was not able to get some of these shots to fall, but has some really good drives to the basket. The second half coming out, we can see a little bit more aggressiveness out of Champ.
Rogers off the ball screen gets it trapped and then trying to force a turnover is Avi Young. But they're going to say he got a little too rough with Austin Johnson. It will be called for a foul. And, this is looking a little bit, it's early, of course, a little bit like the early part of the third quarter against Midwest City.
Right.
Where a team with a lot of team speed really tries to be aggressive on defense.
Exactly.
Right on cue, they get the steal there. Avi Young will finish. That's 6 quick points for Lawton High.
Great start out by the Wolverines this half. Like you said, Jordan, kind of a reminder of the last game.
Good screen from Royal, leaving Hawkins open, but he couldn't score. But there's LeBron Royal with the offensive rebound.
Nice,
and
strong.
the putback.
Nice.
Too strong is LeBron. And a good response for Carl Albert after giving up 6 straight points to the Wolverines. Young gets into the paint. It's going to be knocked out of bounds off of Carl Albert.
Quick hands by Elijah Matthews, knocked that ball out. But down on the other end, good, strong, grown man moves by LeBron Royal.
Inbounds pass goes to Washington. Brewer had the room, waited, then fired and was short on that. Again, he hesitated. Maybe one reason why it was short. Back comes Austin Johnson. Brandon Rogers, he's open for 3, no good. Leaving for a rebounds, Champ Brewer. Head to Washington. Washington, nice job with the left hand. Is it Tavon Washington?
Tavon Washington.
Okay.
Good job, Jordan.
I think his parents were talking about or someone.
Right. They said, let's make sure and get that right this time.
Good attack by Brandon Rogers.
Good job by Rogers as well on the drive.
Not letting Lawton High get too much momentum there. Back to an 18-point game. Contrail with it. Now it's Patrick, checked by Hawkins. Sort of backs his way into Washington. Washington left-handed jumper. No good, rebounded by Hawkins.
One thing, Lawton is looking a little bit more confident coming out. Like I said, showing some aggression. But definitely seem a little bit more sure of themselves right now.
Matthews, corner left 3, no good. Oh, that should have been Lawton High's rebound, but it's just went straight to Royal, and then Royal is called for a travel, as it looked like Patrick may have sort of pulled the chair, if you will.
Exactly. Ron Royal lost his balance as Patrick pulled that chair from underneath him.
So now Carl Albert will show a press. Sort of a light press, if you will. It's going to be Patrick now checked by Matthews. Patrick wants a screen from Washington, gets it. Now, sorry, that was Brewer. Now Patrick has it, wing right. Patrick had someone opening somewhere, finds Avi Young. Young attacking Rogers. Roberts' defense remaining solid. Contrail almost lost it, got it back. Checked by Johnson. Contrail. Nice defense by Johnson, who forced a jump ball. It will stay with Lawton High.
Good ball defense, though, right there by Johnson.
With Carl Albert, of course, will get the next jump ball. And again, Coach Reese going, with 5 new players in against Carl Albert starters.
Makes the heavy swap. And like you say, you really don't see that often, Jordan.
No.
Especially against a starting lineup that is actually kind of doing pretty well.
Yes, especially when you're trailing.
Right.
You've got to really trust your backups, which
that's
they
exactly
do.
It. Coach Reese must have a lot of trust in these guys, and that's saying a lot, actually. Like I said before, probably trying to utilize some of the quickness, try to see if they can kind of combat some of this athleticism that Carl Albert has.
Yeah, I just don't know if they have scoring power, firepower, this group like they do with
not the first group.
A Young or a Brewer. And, of course, they turned it over there. Taylor lost it. Back comes Carl Albert. Hawkins. Out to Rogers, near corner left. Rogers drives, reverse, and scores. Let's get a replay. We haven't got enough of those.
Nice little baseline reverse right there by Mr. Brendan Rogers.
And one reason we don't get as much replays is because what happens when we miss action, the other team comes back and scores.
Right, of course. That's a nice stop and nice score right there by Jaden Adams.
Good transition play for Lawton High, scoring off a made basket by Carl Albert. So we see Rogers score, then TK Taylor scored off screen there. And it's back to an 18-point lead for Carl Albert. Matthews, tough shot off the glass.
He can't miss today.
Yep, but you love to see that lefty going left using the glass.
Exactly. Looks good. I mean, just some really good drives today by Elijah Matthews.
And Carl Albert gets it back on a steal. Here's Austin Johnson, alley-oop to Hawkins. And he does get the roll. It's not the prettiest dunk, but we'll see it again.
Nice little catch, of course, right there by Hawkins. But, like I said, able to catch that ball and actually get it in the bucket.
Quickly back comes Lawton High, the three-point shot by John Jones, I believe that's his name, number 0, is no good. Rogers kicks out Austin Johnson, his three-point shot, no good. Here's the outlet pass to Taylor, who scores. So TK Taylor with a couple of baskets for Lawton High.
Nice bucket by Adams there. Nice finish.
A 20-point lead for the Titans. They are furthering their grip on the district.
Right. Getting stronger and stronger week by week versus every opponent. And that's one thing as a coach. I'm sure Coach Price is very, satisfied and excited with where this team is headed and where they're going. But like I said, they have a lot of matchups this week, so you just got to take it one game at a time.
Right on cue there was a drive by Rogers and an air ball. Johnson, another alley-oop. That was basically a pass to himself, which is legal when it hits the rim.
Right.
And the backboard. You can just hit the backboard there.
Just the luck of the draw right there by Austin Johnson.
He really wants that alley-oop to Jordan Hawkins, and that where it's a clean dunk anyway.
Right. And Hawkins, he's got the skills. He's got the hops for it, for sure.
Another steal for Carl Albert. This is Austin Johnson cut all the way.
Nice, strong finish by Mr. Johnson.
Let's see that as we're going to have a timeout called, and Carl Albert, it was a 16-point game at one point.
Right.
And I just think maybe the move to the bench for Lawton High backfired this time.
I think it might have been a little too soon, Jordan. Just a little too soon.
All replays getting brought to you by Triple H Screen Printing. This appears to be a 30-second timeout. I say appears to be, as Lawton High thought was out of those.
Really quick.
But so it should have been a full timeout, but it wasn't. So Lawton High is down to 2 timeouts. Carl Albert actually had taken one and missed it. No, I did not miss it. So, I have Carl Albert at 4 left, which corresponds to the scoreboard. So Lawton High brings back some of their starters here. Here's Taylor. Now Young. Young makes the shot. That's a 3, a Bobby Lewis 3 for Avi Young.
Good shot by Young on that one. Able to get some really good looks. Second 3-pointer of the night for this young man.
Pass to Royal, deflected, taken by Patrick. Patrick to Brewer. Brewer for 3. He was fouled as he shot it.
Ooh, Jackson Webster just kind of caught up in the mix there on the land. Just right in that vicinity of his circumference.
Yeah, Jackson Webster will commit those type of fouls sometimes.
Right. Sometimes he comes in a little hot.
Yeah. So that's going to be 3 Toonie Buys Houses free throws. Champ Brewer, who can forget last year at Del City, he hit the game-winning 3.
Right.
Got fouled, hit the free throw. That by making that free throw allowed Lawton High to have the tiebreaker against Del City for the number 1 seed.
Right. Huge game last year.
And Del City got him right back, although they didn't win by as much, so that's hence the tiebreaker for Lawton High. But a spectacular buzzer beater for Del City here on this floor. And that's how Lawton High's got memorable there. Speaking of becoming more memorable, Darian Thomas, his offensive game is just so good right now.
Right.
And then we have a 4-point play here. We're going to see the replay on that. And again, Jackson Webster, and I got to say, and that is clearly a foul on Jackson Webster.
Yeah. I mean, you just got to really be careful on those closeouts, Jordan.
Sometimes you see players argue fouls, and I'm like, what are you doing? You're clearly guilty there.
Clearly.
I got to say, if the game was closer, you probably would take Jackson Webster out. Because fouling a 3-point shooter is bad once, but you do it twice in a row.
Right. That's just being a little bit careless right there. Overly aggressive.
As the quarter comes in, Matthews' shot's no good, and I think this quarter turns out to be even. So Lawton High went on a late run there. Really, again, their starters played well enough, but the stretch without the starters will spell doom for Lawton High as they don't gain any ground on Carl Albert. So we're going to head to the fourth quarter, and you are watching Middale and Lawton basketball on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Your home isn't just where you live, it's where you thrive. Elevate it with a roof that reflects your standards. At Cantrell Roofing, we deliver efficiency and high-quality installations. Our A-plus BBB certified team performs the highest level of craftsmanship, and our in-house insurance adjuster handles claims fast and stress-free. Backed by 30 years of experience, our 5-star Google rating reflects the trust we've earned. The better your roof is built, the better it holds up in the Oklahoma weather. Remember, got hail? Call Cantrell.
Welcome back to Middale and Lawton basketball on the Oklahoma Sports Network. We want to thank, I didn't mention him enough, Patrick Newby for sponsoring the third quarter. Newby Farmers Insurance, local family-owned agency since 1978. Scan that QR code on the screen or give them a call at 405-733-7671 for a free quote. But, of course, it's the fourth quarter, so this is going to be brought to you by Titan Storage. Carl Albert with the ball to start the fourth quarter and an 18-point lead. Matthews looks to make it 21, and he does. Elijah Matthews, perhaps on his way to player of the game?
I think so, Jordan. I think he is trying to make a case for himself. I mean, I think he's only missed one shot tonight that I saw. But like I said, just doing a really good job, showing a lot of leadership, of course, on the court as one of the main guards, but getting these shots to land, and a good drive again right there by the champ.
And then a deflection. Yeah, I don't want to mention this too much. I'm just surprised that, Brewer was playing well at the beginning of the third quarter and they took him out.
Right. It's kind of confusing on that one.
But he's back in now, and Mount High's going to try to make one last run at this thing here. And they get a steal. Patrick off the deflection. Good trap for Austin Johnson. And now they shoot a long three, maybe too long. But Brewer gets the rebound. Taylor, nice pass underneath. And then a block for Austin Johnson as Manny Simpson.
Nice feed right there. But even better block by Johnson there.
A bit short to finish on that type of shot.
Right. But it's just surprising. Coach Reese deciding to go ahead and stay along with this smaller lineup.
Patrick, step back three. Missed it long. Nice rebound by Wilkerson. Got the pass out immediately instead of committing a travel. And then he finds Webster. Cross-court pass. Matthews. Ooh. That three rattles out. There's Big Jacks. He puts the ball on the floor. He kind of had to, but of course when he does that, Lawton was like, our best chance against this guy is when he dribbles. So
That's it.
They forced a jump ball there, and it will go to Lawton High. He was not in position to shoot, so he wanted to get close to the basket. So I understand why he did that power dribble there.
Of course. Wolverines utilizing the quickness to try to close out on Wilkerson, just making it hard on him every time he catches the ball down low.
Simpson now pass to Young. Young to Simpson. Now it's Brewer with it. Brewer pull-up shot, a three, no good. Rebound by Brandon Rogers.
Yeah, another good look by the champ, Brewer.
And then I think before the deflection by Taylor, we have a timeout for Carl Albert. Will this be our first full timeout of the game? It will be.
Yep.
So we're going to take first full timeout of the night, I might add. And we're going to take a quick break here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Last year, 35% of all auto accident deaths were rollovers.
If you've been in a wreck, don't hesitate to call us.
This is why you need our number in your phone. This could be you.
When you call our firm, you're going to get one of us, not some paralegal or office manager.
Most lawyers, they take more money than their clients. Most of the time, a lot more.
We don't, and we guarantee it.
All right, welcome back to Middale and Lawton basketball on the Oklahoma Sports Network. This quarter is brought to you by Titan Storage. Proud to be tonight's fourth quarter sponsor. As a veteran and operator-owned business in East Oklahoma City, it's our honor and responsibility to serve our community with care and lots of discount options. At Titan Secure Storage, your treasures aren't just secure, they're Titan Secure. Visit them at www.titansstorageok.com. Call them at 987-8673 for more info. They steal it from Wilkerson to Lawton High. Avi Young, quick three. Oh, wow, did everything but go in there. And then Lawton High gets a steal. Brewer, he makes that three. Bobby Lewis three for Lawton High, and they're not giving up yet.
Shan Brewer doing a good job keeping the Wolverines in the game tonight with a nice stroke from the arc.
And then Carl Albert forced a turnover, so they're going to bring some of their starters back, as Coach Bryce is not going to take anything for granted here. Where the turnover took place, it's going to be a corner inbounds for the Wolverines. Here's Brewer, gets the screen from Simpson. Now attacks. Nice pass underneath to Patrick, and this is as close as Lawton High's been this half.
Nice little feed and find, and dime by Brewer. Dropping it down low to Adams.
Rogers, checked by Young. Now double, deflected. And here's Avi Young. Will he finish? Yes, it's a 12-point game. And this is what Lawton High did to Midwest City, only they had less room to work with.
Right. Lawton is making a strong finish competition, making this game a little bit more tighter. But like I said, love the defensive intensity, of course, from the Wolverines. Of course, using these quick guards to try to create some turnovers on the offensive end for Carl Albert. Just making it, hard on Carl Albert to, possess or to kind of carry out any of these offensive possessions, especially down low.
Yeah, we're going to take a quick break on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
At Tommy's Express Car Wash, we know how to love your ride. Try the Works Wash with our signature 14-step cleaning process, engineered to shine and shield your car from the elements. From breaking down dirt and bugs with our Detox Pre-Wash to restoring your vehicle's finish with our ceramic body wax. Give your car the best with our Top Wash. Then complete the clean with free vacuums and mat washers. Download our app and get your first 30 days of the Works for free. Tommy's Express. Love your ride.
Welcome back to Middale and Lawton basketball on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Jordan Ray, Gordy Jones. And Lawton High is starting to make things interesting here against Carl Albert. I think that they were down by 22 points earlier this half. They have now cut the lead to 12.
Exactly, making this a really good ball game.
Rogers throwing it, it's deflected. And, again, Lawton High, when it's like, why don't they play like this more often? Because, again, the other game I saw of them up close was right here in the seat against Midwest City, and their press was really starting to cause problems in the fourth quarter, but it was too late at that point. Will this be too late? Johnson is fouled as he was guarded very heavily there by T.K. Taylor. And now Carl Albert will inbound it on the side here. They, of course, cannot roam base along the sideline. You never know with this Lawton team.
Right.
They are
scrappy.
They're scrappy. They can look really out of it, and then they can be on fire.
Right. And they're looking really good right now. Like I said, this whole second half came out a little bit, aggressive. Carl Albert, like I said, looking like they were going to kind of start where they left off.
Rogers, big response there for Brandon Rogers, a Bobby Lewis three. Quickly back comes Lawton High. Bobby Lewis, surprisingly great rates with 2 locations serving in Choctaw, Midwest City. We had a collision here on the shot, and Lawton High was able to save it.
Good save.
As it looked like Young and Rogers collided, but no foul called. But Lawton High will retain possession here. I'll tell you, Brandon Rogers, it seems like in the second half, that's when he really gets going from three-point range.
He turns it up a little bit. And, of course, that was his first three-point of the night tonight. But like you say, Jordan, once he gets warmed up, it's hard to stop this young man.
Young gets into the paint, now kicks it back out. Taylor with it now. Lawton High not playing with the center, really, so that's
not a lot of time left on the clock.
Part of the reason they're doing this here. Brewer takes a long three, missed it long. Long rebound, Austin Johnson. He's going to go and push it. Gets all in the paint and gets fouled. So good attack there for Austin Johnson. And we got some Toonie Bieshausen's free throws coming up for him. Well, he's hurt, though. Well,
it's like Johnson
hit the ground hard.
Ugh.
So a Titan trainer is out there by the way, by him there is I believe a Lawton High graduate, Kason Troutman. Did some work for the Oklahoma Sports Network. Now does work for Carl Albert. So he gets to do some Carl Albert stuff at his old gym. And he was right by that collision. But Austin Johnson, of course, is the concern here. He gets up on his own.
Good sign there.
They have to take him out, of course.
Right.
It's a question of could he come back in if they needed him. He's supposed to shoot free throws. Of course, at the high school level, unlike the NBA level, the team of the injured player gets to pick who replaces him.
Right. Just
he is going to come out. He didn't want to come out. He wanted those free throws.
Shots for sure.
It looks like Darian Thomas. I don't know if Thomas is he the guy you want shooting free throws, or maybe Gibson Johnson. I don't know. Yeah, it is. Okay, Gibson Johnson comes in. Thomas, I guess, will come in for someone else, but the Titans only have 4 players, so I think they took out Brandon Rogers as well, interestingly enough.
Okay. Looks like we got that figured out almost.
So I guess Thomas was going to come in anyway, would be my guess. And then Johnson got hurt.
Right.
And Gibson Johnson, of course, who is a freshman who already has broken the record for Carl Albert for most threes made in the game. He did that over at Mustang in December. By the way, Carl Albert and Mustang are scheduled to play a regular season game, called like a friendly, if you will.
Right.
And it's boys only. Gibson Johnson, who has been on the bench for a while. I don't think he's come in this half.
Not a lot, no.
And he comes in and makes that free throw, so credit to him. Got the rattle in there. Makes both. So Lawton High got within 12. It's back to 17 now. And this is Champ Brewer with it. Not a lot of space in a wild shot, but they're going to get free throws here. Is that Young, I believe? Yeah, Bobby Young.
Able to draw the foul there with the lean in. Like you say, just a little bit off balance, but Young able to get that foul drawn, able to get himself to the free throw line.
So Toonie Bieshausen's free throws for Young. And that rims out. Oh, it's tough. You want to believe you have a comeback in you.
Right. When every shot matters in a situation like this, want to be able to take advantage of every opportunity on the scoring end.
By the way, we have Carl Albert down to 1 timeout on the scoreboard. And Lawton High, we thought they were at 2, but we may have misread a couple of timeouts. It said they're at 4, which is interesting that they haven't used it. Second free throw goes in. Thomas, kick out Johnson, missed it long. Rebound by Patrick. Patrick gets inside, rattles it in.
Nice strong finish right there by Patrick. Couldn't be stopped going to the lane. That's exactly what the Lawton Wolverines are going to need to try to finish out and close out this ball game.
Go inside Thomas with the hook. Didn't get called for that. Instead, he draws a foul. Looks like it's on Simpson.
Manny Simpson got caught there in the air on the fake move on the pump by Darian Thomas.
By the way, interesting game going on. We talk about 5A West, of course, that's where we live in it for the Oklahoma Sports Network, and as far as what we have going on goes. But on the east side, as that free throw was missed by Thomas, Tulsa Memorial, East Central are playing, and Tulsa Memorial with the lead 25-22 at halftime. Those are the top 2 teams in that district. I believe that's District 4. And 2 versus 3 is playing in District 3 tonight. That's Collinsville and Edison Prep. Collinsville with a 2-point lead in the fourth quarter in that game.
2 good matchups there.
Both free throws by Thomas are missed. Simpson,
nice
pass to Young, who scores, and then Lawton High is back to within 12.
Great find and feed by Simpson to Young.
And then a deflection there by Brewer, and they get the ball. Does Lawton High. Taylor off the glass scores, and now it's a 10-point game. Boy, they can make a run in a hurry.
And they can do it. And that's what's cool about watching Lawton. Like I said, they use these scrappy, young, athletic defenders, and like I said, kind of creating havoc on the defensive end to kind of create these turnovers, and that seems to be their strong point.
They're going to call an illegal screen on LeBron Royal, which he did back into the player as Matthews was open for three. I would say, though, I don't think Matthews should have been looking to shoot that.
Right.
It may not have mattered. They probably called the illegal screen no matter what. But
just a little quick. LeBron Royal trying to set that screen just a little bit out of control and off balance.
The timeout is called. I believe this timeout is by Lawton. We'll take a quick break here on the
Last year, 35% of all auto accident deaths were rolling.
You need our number in your phone. This could be you.
Welcome back to Middale and Lawton basketball on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Jordan Ray Gordy Jones. This is the Titan Classic. Not Titan Classic. This is Titan Storage. Fourth quarter. 10-point game, as you see, and this is actually as close as Lawton High has been for quite some time.
Right, making it a game, Jordan. For a second, it looked like this game could get out of control, but Lawton has done a really good job. The Wolverines staying in this ball game, being ferocious on the defensive end, giving Carl Albert, a hard time going to this finish line.
We have Lawton High with 3 timeouts left, Carlbert with 1. Young thought about it. Kicks it out. Brewer didn't get set on that shot, but is rebounded by Lawton High. Young got it to Patrick Brewer. That's no good. That would have been huge. Here comes Matthews for Carl Albert. To Royal. Reverses it. Not in, though, and Matthews couldn't get the rebound, but Johnson does. And he will head to the foul line. Timely play there by Austin Johnson. No, it's Gibson.
Oh, Gibby. Oh, Gibson Johnson.
So he stayed in after.
Right.
Yeah, again, Austin Johnson got hurt, and he's walking behind the bench.
Trying to loosen that thing up.
Yeah. And now the Titans are having some free throw troubles.
Right.
And I'm just chuckling at, when the other team's on a run like this, like Lawton High, it's just one of those deals where it seems like you can't do the little things because you missed a layup earlier, and then you missed the free throw there.
And things
he makes
can
a
change
second
quickly.
free throw.
Right. Said about 2 minutes left in this ball game, enough to try to close it out if they can kind of create some stops. But like you say, not going away at all. Nice move.
Nice reverse there by Avi Young, and it's a single-digit game now.
I like it. Nice little reverse lay-in by Avi Young.
Matthews, he got tripped. He was they're not slowing down as Carl Albert on offense at all.
Not at all.
Oh, we got a technical. This might be on Lawton High. This would be a terrible foul if it is just on Lawton High, as it would be free throws in the ball for Carl Albert. It was not going to be 2 free throws. It was the 4th foul on Lawton High, so on the tripping foul. And Matthews and Taylor were jawing, but looks like it's a double tech.
Double tech.
Yeah,
Coaches hate when that happens.
Well, one of the coaches should be relieved.
Right.
Exactly. It might be Coach Reese.
Exactly. That would have been a killer to the drive that they've been on so far.
I don't know. Matthews probably said something. I can't tell. He gets inside the paint, attacks, can't finish. Oh, he got his own rebound back. Got deflected. Boy, Lawton High's, like you said, pesty right now. As Hawkins gets it knocked away by Taylor. Well, Lawton High had a chance there to do something if they got that rebound, but they couldn't. And again, Carl Albert not slowing things down.
And this is a
Go
stretch.
right inside to Royal, and they're going to call, and that's a good matchup for Carl Albert.
Right.
They're not playing a true center, and they're going to call Manny Simpson, who's
Simpson had
size
great,
of a guard.
Right. He had great position down there, Jordan. But like I said, just kind of an unnecessary foul there. All he had to do was kind of get those hands up. But like I said, that's kind of the last place. But if you want to send someone to the free throw line, it might be LeBron Royal. But he's been hitting them tonight, so.
Yeah, we'll see what type of foul this is. Not a bad foul as he missed the first one. The last meeting between these teams, Carl Albert won the first one back on December 16th by 8 points. They're up 9 now. Still up 9. He missed both. Here comes Lawton High with a chance to make it interesting. Brewer couldn't get to go. Royal comes up with it for Carl Albert. Finds Hawkins. Almost got within 7, but Hawkins finds Matthews. Oh, he dribbled off his foot. And then we got a foul called on Carl Albert. That would only be their, oh, that is their 5th. I'm looking at timeouts, so that's going to be free throws. Not a good foul. Again, Gordy, just surprised that Carl Albert's as aggressive as they are on offense, and it's a double-edged sword,
Definitely, Jordan. Trying to do anything that they can to kind of combat this Wolverine stepping up, as far as the second half goes. But like you say, Carl Albert just really kind of getting beside themselves just a little bit.
Simpson pure on the first free throw. And again, this is as close as Lawton High's been since the first half. Within 8. Not good there, but there's Brewer wide open for the rebound.
Just nobody in sight, kind of falling asleep.
That's a 3-point possession there for Lawton High.
Sure.
They didn't take any time off the clock once they got the rebound. And we have a full timeout called. Let's go ahead and keep it here. So it's hard to see the clock because of the glare if you're watching right now. The clock is at 53 7/10 of a second to go. The timeout, I believe, was called by Lawton High. But I think Jay Price doesn't mind having that timeout for him as well. So we had Carl Albert with 2 timeouts left. Lawton High with 2 timeouts left. Carl Albert with 1. Both teams are in the penalty now. And for so long in this game, it looked like it was going to be an easy victory for Carl Albert. And Lawton High is just one of those teams that they can make up ground in a hurry. And boy, have they. Some scores to pass along. This was on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Newcastle wins at Lawton MacArthur 58-36. And Bishop McGinnis wins at Alta 67-49. Midwest City, I think they struggled some on offense, but they've opened up now a 31-point lead at home against Southeast. And we don't have a score for you for Del City at Duncan, which isn't too far from here. By the way, did you know that is a homecoming for Del City head coach Chavis Smith?
Oh, that's right. He's from Duncan.
Duncan alumni.
Yes,
so
sir. That's right.
Next time we have a chance to talk to him, we'll ask him what was it like.
The old Demon Deacons.
This game still up in the air, but Carl Albert has the ball. And, of course, there's no shot clock yet in high school basketball in Oklahoma. That will change next year. So, but the way Lawton High plays, it's hard to stall against them.
Right.
They throw the corner to Thomas. They didn't trap Thomas. I thought they would. And Thomas gets it to Matthews. Matthews stumbles. We're going to have a jump ball there. It's going to stick with Carl Albert. They have the possession arrow. Boy, Jay Price cannot be happy with how this looks now. And this is a stressful time. And keep in mind that they have a tough – when I say a tough schedule, they have 2 games that you figure that they would win on paper against Guyman and Guthrie, but it's the traveling part of it that just makes it so rough.
Right.
Here's Austin Johnson on the inbounds. He crosses the timeline, gets trapped to Wilkerson. Wilkerson somehow came up with it, and he got fouled. That's not really a bad idea because he hasn't played much as Wilkerson, and, he's a freshman. He's a center. Not a bad guy to send to the free throw line for Lawton High's perspective. I don't know if they did that on purpose or not. But you can't let that much time elapse. It's still
quite a bit of time.
It's probably a 3-score game anyway, not a 2-score game.
Right. in a situation like this, kind of want to foul immediately, like you said, Jordan, give him a little bit too much time. And
all right,
Wilkerson
Jack's
able to
the
land that
freshman.
first.
And that's huge. It makes it a 3-score game.
No doubt.
He missed that one, but Darian Thomas with the rebound. And then he got fouled on the pass, it looks like, because he hit the ground hard. And that's just a bad break for Lawton High.
Right.
And now if he misses, you got to box out Wilkerson. Darian Thomas makes stuff happen here, and this could be a 3-point trip for Carl Albert if he can make both. And he does make the first.
Huge rebounds and a huge free throw landed there by Darian Thomas. Trying to see if he can help Carl Albert finish this game out strong.
Well, the buzzer sounded, so that suggests that a Lawton High player is fouled out, and it appears to be Avi Young, but that sub should happen, I think, before the first free throw. I don't know, maybe not, if it is 2 shots. So he will come out. And of course, John Reese, Coach Reese for Lawton High, he can take his time figuring out who to bring in for him.
Great game today by Avi Young, of course, trying to do everything that he can to help the Wolverines go to victory. Like I said, one of the ones who was instrumental in helping Lawton on this comeback run.
It'll be Darian Contrell coming in. And Thomas hits both free throws in a time where Carlborough had trouble from the free throw line.
No doubt.
They go back up 9. Taylor with a bump there. They're not going to give him that call. Wilkerson.
I think we heard that one from up here.
Yeah, you got to try to force a jump ball if you're Lawton High to get the possession arrow, but instead it's a foul.
Got to be good. Got to be quick. TK Taylor has a lot of good drive to the basket, just a lot of them just off balance and just kind of rushing himself once he gets into the lane. But like I said, some really good drives today by TK Taylor and able to get some of those to finish, but right there, just unfortunately not able to get that one to the bucket.
That free throw missed long by Wilkerson. Again, not a good fourth quarter for Carlbert shooting free throws. Yeah, they're shooting well before then. Misses both. Taylor rebounds. They got hurt as Lawton High, though. Brewer, he's the guy you want shooting, but he's short on that one. Rebound, Wilkerson's out of bounds, as he does get it, but he's out of bounds. And so we have 18 seconds left for Lawton High. Almost out of time. Maybe they are. They got to make this 3. They do. And Lawton High will call their next to last timeout. So Bobby Lewis 3-point made there by Champ Brewer, who's been tremendous for Lawton High. So now it's a question of, Gordy, can Lawton High, if you're looking at it from their perspective,
right,
they have got to steal this inbounds pass.
Got to. And if they don't steal it, they're going to have to foul immediately to see if they could try to stop this stop this time on the clock. But like you say, Jordan, they're going to have to do it immediately, and they're going to have to do it quick.
So I want to mention that it's a tough week for Carlbert from a traveling standpoint because they make this trip. This is not a close trip by any means, an hour and a half plus. And then Wednesday they get a normal day. Then Thursday they travel to Guyman. It's about a 4+ hour trip. They're going to get back really late. They're not going to get much sleep. Then Friday they're going to have to do it again. Only it's a shorter trip, but still they're going to again, not get the rest you would normally like to have, and they go to Guthrie. That's on Friday. So that's a tough turnaround. Because of that, the Carl Albert boys are going to have to cancel a game they had scheduled for February the 7th, as they're going to play. This is just for Carl Albert boys. The number 2 team in A-ball, I say A-ball, it's Class A in basketball, Caddo. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. They're just going to go ahead and cancel that game. It's not a district game. They don't have to play it. The following week, they will play a normal home schedule. Tuesday, hosting Noble, and Friday the 13th. Nice State taking on El Reno. They do get the inbounds to Johnson. Johnson gets fouled right away by Brewer. And some more Toonie Buys Houses free throws coming up. Well, Austin Johnson, just one make you would think would probably make it too much for Lawton High to
right.
without any comeback here.
If Johnson's able to land these 2 free throws, like you say, that'll stretch out and make this more of a 4-possession game.
He does make the first, so that's a 3-score game. And that would take something really miraculous for Lawton High.
Right.
Johnson hits both. 8-point lead. Contrail short on that 3. Rebound by Lawton High. They're running out of time. And then Midwest City gets it on a steal, and that will do it. Gibson Johnson got the ball there, ran it out. And this is a final now. Carl Albert has swept Lawton High, a team that beat him last year in the postseason. Final score, 75-67. Gordy Jones is going to go down right now to interview Coach Price and the player of the game, who we believe will be Elijah Matthews. Some were thinking about, what does this do for Midwest City? If Lawton High had won this game, that would make it more realistic for Midwest City to catch Carl Albert as a 1 seed. Now that becomes harder. What becomes easier for Midwest City is making sure they get the 2 seed, which will probably be a done deal if they can win against Lawton High next week. But if Lawton High beats Midwest City by about 10 points or more, then the Bombers are going to have to beat Carl Albert. And, of course, they got to take care of business against some other teams. So, and I mentioned Midwest City because that's kind of like the 3rd team in this 3-team district as far as who the best teams are.
With Coach Price, of course, Coach Price, good win tonight. What stood out the most about your team's effort tonight, sir?
Well, effort was really good. We kind of went through a lull there and gave them a spark and some energy, and we kind of went into a dead hole for a little bit, but at least we're able to respond, finish it up, get a win, and get out of town here, which is what we were hoping to do tonight.
Definitely. So how have you seen this team grow since the season's gone on?
Well, just they're learning to play together better, starting to figure out how to do with the guys that are on the floor and how to mesh together, how to share the ball, things like that. We're starting to grow in that area, which has been really helpful for us.
I appreciate it, sir.
Yeah,
great game, Coach.
You bet.
Thank you. All right, we're here with our player of the game. The great Elijah Matthews. Elijah, Gordy Jones from OSN. It's nice to see you. Coach, sir. Coming off the football season, you were able to face this team the first game of the season. It was kind of coming off for you, coming off a great football season. Congratulations on that. But when you're coming off in the first game, it was kind of like a rough start, not for you, but just as a team, playing together as a team. So, first off, how do you feel about this win, especially you look so comfortable coming off, the last victory?
Yes, sir. Really, it's just about getting comfortable with the game. So, there's definitely a big change from the first time we played them at home to this game. It's just a lot of progress, a lot of work, and a lot of, gelling together as a team at practice and throughout the season.
Right. Well, you're looking like you were real comfortable out there. So, what was working the best for you tonight?
I would say the 3-ball, man. I was coming off the screens and they were playing a little low. I can get to the rim. That's probably my best part of my game. But if they're sitting back, I'll put it up, and if it's falling, it's falling.
You got a long week ahead of you, Elijah.
Right.
So is there anything that you and your team want to focus on going throughout this week?
Yes, sir. Just staying focused. It's a big thing when you got to go. You got to go on the road 3 times in a row, especially all 3 district games. So we got to stay locked in. We got a big road trip ahead of us in Guyman, and then we got Guthrie the next night. So we just got to stay prepared and stay ready.
We had a strong finish tonight, almost about 19 points scored. You are a Whataburger player of the game, and I appreciate you, Elijah. Great game.
Sir, thank you.
All right, here you go, Elijah.
All right, Gordy, thank you very much. We want to thank Braden Rogers, who ran camera for us for tonight's game. We also want to thank our player of the game sponsor. That is Whataburger, particularly the one on 15th that we like both Whataburgers in Midwest City. There's a big deal going on at Whataburger, like real big. Excuse me. For $3, you can get the new Big Ranch Wrap. That's a crispy, premium chicken strip, fresh veggies, creamy buttermilk ranch, and melty cheese in a warm tortilla. Or for $4, you can go even bigger with 5 of our premium Whata chicken bites. For $5, you can go bigger even than that. Bigger than big with a bacon cheese Whataburger. Junior, that's 100% beef with melty cheese. Want to go bigger? Add fries and drink for just $2.49. Now that's a Whata deal, only a Whataburger. By the way, Gordon and I ate a Whataburger on our way here, and we loved it. All right, want to mention also for Lawton High, they also will be making a trip to Guyman on Saturday. They're going to play host Southeast on Friday. That's their next game. Then on Tuesday, February 10th, that's a week from today, they're going to go to Midwest City. We're going to have that game on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Then they'll play Guthrie again on a Thursday of next week. Noble on a Friday, so a lot of games that week. They will play a friendly, in other words, a non-district game at Elgin. That game will almost certainly be on the Oklahoma Sports Network. If it's played, it's on Valentine's Day, Saturday. And then their last district game will be on a Monday at Southeast. We will see where they wind up. They will almost certainly not catch Carl Albert now for a district title, though they could still catch Midwest City, Ken Lawton High, for a 2 seed and a chance to host. So Lawton High still can have a good seed for the playoffs. And even if they're a 3 seed, they are definitely a threat to win, even to go into a Del City, a Newcastle, or a Class in SAS. Speaking of that, Del City and Class in SAS will play this Friday. They are tied in district standings, and we will have that game for you. We're looking forward to that as we go from District 2 tonight to District 1 and a big 1-versus-2 showdown on the boys' side. Girls will have that game as well, although that's not as significant. But we love showing you the Del City girls when we can. All right, that'll do it for me and Gordy Jones. Thank you for watching this presentation of Mid-Del and Lawton basketball on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Thanks for watching this presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.